Hello everyone and welcome to Tournament 21 of Irish Warrior, the first Halo Infinite tournament. Last time we finished off Halo 5 in grand style with a great tournament. 8 Stage 1 clears, 5 Stage 2 clears. Joey got to the final for his third appearance in a row, but just had an absolute nightmare. Couldn't even reach the second tire on the tire ladder. What's going to happen today on Halo Infinite? Let's find out right now. The first stage has quite a few modifications for the new game, all starting with the step pillar. We have not seen this obstacle since Tournament 12 when it was the first obstacle of this entire era. A few changes here and there to it, but it's basically the same, the 5 steps and the pole. And then you're onto the tire pressure. Debuted in the last tournament, didn't do a whole lot of damage, but the jumps as well as the dismount have been made bigger. And then you're onto the diamond back, make your way across those 3 diamonds, and then you're onto the new circle cross. Jump your way across the 3 rings and the 3 poles. There is a drop down to that 3rd pole. And then you're onto the wire bridge. This is the 3rd tournament it's been in. It's the 3rd different position it's been in. Jump your way across the 7 cables. And then you're onto the escape wall where you now actually have to jump to get into the mongoose. And the mongoose is no longer phased because you can't do that in Halo Infinite. So you gotta, keep it in the jail cell. Then cross the Tarzan poles to get onto the cargo climb. Climb those 5 pegs and hit the buzzer. And if you do it within a minute 45, that's all you got to do to reach the 2nd stage. So as you can see, quite a different looking first stage compared to last time, but we'll see how our competitors react. All beginning with number 1, the first run on Halo Infinite, free MMO Direct. A really good Roblox jumper, and no surprise, first obstacle, a Roblox obstacle, he is through. Free MMO Direct has really shown a lot of form on Roblox courses, just barely making the dismount on the tire pressure, and he will be onto the diamond back. But yeah, he's been really good at Roblox for a long time, finally getting his chance on Halo, being one of our PC players, which is awesome to see. Free MMO Direct, going for the dismount, and he is through the diamond back. First competitor to try this circle cross. Oh, he gets a save jump. And it sticks that first ring, goes quickly. Oh, he's going to full send the rest of this. It looks like he drops down to that pole. That's a tricky jump, but he gets it, and he's got 51 seconds as he gets ready to take on the wire bridge. He is stopping on each of these poles. That is fine. The time is pretty lenient, and it's meant for you to take your time on some of these tricky obstacles like this one. He gets onto the 6th. Gets onto the 7th, goes quickly for the dismount, and cannot make it. He got stuck on that 7th wire, and unfortunately could not get a clean jump for the dismount. It is a big jump, but that is unfortunate. We move, oh, never mind, I couldn't even introduce Frankie Legend 3. He is already out on the step pillar. First victim of the day on that. Now, number 3, Yorvzix. Okay, he's done better than Frankie Legend, but Yorvzix goes for the 4th step. This obstacle, the step pillar, was very difficult in Tournament 12, the only tournament it was in. It took out 22 people in that tournament. Yorvzix walks around on the pole and then barely makes the dismount, but he is through onto the tire pressure. He's hitting that switch, not necessarily recommended. It is reset for every run, and he hits the support pole and then hits the water. Okay, interesting. Okay, number 4 is Mickey 3. I'm not sure if he's related to Mickey Mouse or anything like that, and he is just barely making these jumps here on the step pillar. But Mickey is through the first obstacle barely, and he's also going for the switch here before the tire pressure. Didn't work out for the last competitor. Oh my god, he does a full flip in the air. That was interesting. Some weird death animations we're already seeing here on Halo Infinite. But now at number 5, we have a kid named Mark, and he is running on the new rock arch, I guess, at the starting line. See how Mark handles Tournament 21 of Irish Warrior. First thing first is the step pillar. It is for all 50 competitors. We'll see how number 5 takes it. And he's gone very quickly and through with no troubles. Does a little bunny hop there to get himself ready for the tire pressure. We've seen 2 competitors in a row fail this. But a kid named Mark is looking good, and he is through onto the diamond back. And he's going to go for the left side on the 2nd diamond, and he is there. And he's He's turned around. He's looking back at the first one, and what the hell is he doing? Oh my God! Kid named Mark, are you serious? He's turned around. Why? Oh my God, that's one of the dumbest things we've seen on this course in a long time. Why would you go back to the first diamond? I don't know. That seemed like a move that this guy would maybe do. Drunk Driver 9. Not using mark of alcoholism, but maybe I am. Drunk Driver 9, though, is through the first obstacle, taking a lot of time there to hit the reset switch that you don't really need to hit unless, the obstacle malfunctions. Drunk Driver tips that fourth tire forward, but he is through. And now he will size up this jump, I guess. All right, now he's on to the Diamondback. He goes left. He's going in the right direction, so this is already better than Mark. And on to the third diamond. Just the dismount to go. And Drunk Driver 9 is on to the circle cross. And, almost came up short of that first pole, but he is still speeding his way along as he goes for the drop. Didn't get a sprint, going for the dismount, and Drunk Driver 9 comes up short at the very end. He almost was onto the fifth obstacle, but he will not get that far. As we're on to number 7, this is Disappoint, another new jumper excited to take on the course. And took a second to stop there on that fifth step, nothing wrong with that. That jump onto the pole is deceptively difficult, so nothing wrong with that, as he's speeding his way along the tire pressure and is through that obstacle. Disappoint. Now his first attempt at the Diamondback in his career, and he gets onto the third, going for the dismount, and he is there. And now for the circle cross. Looks like he is going to try and full send this obstacle. It seems like that is going to be a popular technique, and he is through. And now with a minute left on the clock, he is going for the wire bridge. Took out free MMO Direct earlier, but Disappoint looking good, and he makes the dismount. He is the first to take on the escape wall in Halo Infinite. A little different now. You actually have to jump to get into the mongoose, so it's obviously not as tall as the Halo 5 version, but it is difficult, and he has taken 2 attempts, misses his third attempt at it. Disappoint, seeing his clock start to dwindle down. He's down to 30 seconds. He needs to get up it pretty quick because the last 2 obstacles are not super difficult, but they take up time, and Disappoint is really struggling here. 20 seconds left. I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's finally up the wall after a bunch of attempts, but 15 seconds left. He's going to need to go full speed here as he's doing that down the Tarzan poles. 10 seconds left. Disappoint will be the first to beat that obstacle. 5 seconds onto the cargo climb. We have not seen it since Tournament 10. Oh, but Disappoint, no, he just didn't have enough time. He was only a few jumps away. He got pretty close considering the amount of escape wall attempts he had, but he will unfortunately write himself into the record books as the first competitor to ever fail the cargo climb, but still a great debut performance for him. Time for our first fast forward, though. We had Teak, who I talked about it earlier. That jump to the pole is tricky. He failed to jump to the pole at the end of the step pillar. Tito Jugo did the same thing, overshot it, and fell backwards. And then Just Sky completely bricks the jump to the second step. Bit of a tough scene. And then OG Momslayer had a very laggy run and missed the jump onto the third diamond of the Diamondback. And now at number 12, we have Heaven Trez. Looks like he is going speedy here through the step pillar and is through. He will also go for the switch here for the tire pressure. And got a little bit of a bunny hop there off the second tire. It didn't keep, he didn't keep his forward momentum going enough. You gotta get it going forward so you can make that final big jump, and unfortunately he couldn't do that. But now at number 13, it's Mr. Fritz 6, and he just completely backed himself off the third step. Not recommended at all. Now we have a second fast forward. We haven't had multiple fast forwards in a tournament in a while, but that's what we have today. Aguila, unfortunately, missed the jump to the fourth step. Then we had Fraccaroni. Fraccaroni and cheese? Question mark? I don't know. Either way, he ate the second step and just completely fell into the water. And then Gamer Guy 865 also missed that second step. That seems to be the problematic jump for a few of our competitors here today. As we move on to the final newcomer of the tournament, H to the Appy. Spell it out, it spells happy. It's very clever. But we'll see if this run will make him happy or if he will be sad after this run. But he's at least through the first obstacle, so, you know, I'd say any newcomer that beats the first obstacle typically is pretty happy. Now, notice he actually hit the switch. The tire pressure wasn't fully reset there, so that was a good move there. But he is through the tire pressure, no problems with that. And now he will take on the Diamondback. H to the Appy is moving along nicely. He's on the third diamond. And now going for the dismount, and he is through. A little bit of lag there. That was weird, but... Oh my goodness! He completely overshot the first circle. And a very solid newcomer performance, but he is out on the circle cross. And now we have our first returning competitor. It is Eternal Flame. We saw him debut in the last tournament, where unfortunately he went down at the hands of the Diamondback. We will see what Eternal Flame can do today, as he is now on the tire pressure. An obstacle he beat in the last tournament. And he will be 2 for 2 on it. And now for the obstacle that took him out. Eternal Flame gets onto that second one, going for the third one, and going for the dismount, and he is across onto the circle cross. We've seen a few competitors already fail this. It's not the hardest obstacle in the world, but you really just got to take it one obstacle at a time on this stage. Oh my god! I thought he came up short, but he somehow has made it onto the final pole. That was insanely scary. But Eternal Flame has a new lease on life. He is onto the wire bridge, and he is going very quickly across this. Gets onto that 7th pole, goes to the dismount. No problems for Eternal Flame. And he is onto the escape wall. We saw Disappoint struggle with this, and he is also struggling with it. He is going for a very bad technique. You need to get some sort of run-up to get a little bit of speed going, and Eternal Flame is not doing that at all. He is not really coming very close. He is taking so many attempts. Oh my goodness. This is a complete meltdown. He needs to back up, and he is not doing it. He's down to 20 seconds. If he doesn't back up, he's just not going to get up here. I mean, this is just not the technique. 13 seconds left. Oh, Eternal Flame. It was looking so good. He had that great save on the circle cross, but he's just completely come undone here on the escape wall. And no, he can't even get up. That is 19 attempts it took him. There's 2 more after the buzzer, 21 total, and he couldn't get up. Just, I hope he can work on that escape wall for next time, because that is truly a tragic way to go out. But still, personal best, a run that hopefully he can build on going forward. As now at number 19, we have Halo Fan 17. He has 3 previous appearances on the show, and none of them have gone very well. He failed the Tombstones when it was the second obstacle in Tournament 18, and has failed the Diamondback twice in a row on the mount. So we'll see how Halo Fan does today. Tire pressure going through pretty smooth, and he gets through that. Now for the personal best, he's gotten that, and he's going quickly for that second diamond, and quickly for the third. He is looking like a completely different jumper as he sets himself a personal best. Now, Halo Fan barely makes it onto that first pole, but now making his way across here on the circle cross. Makes that drop a lot smoother than Eternal Flame did. And now he is taking on the wire bridge. He beat the wire bridge in Tournament 19, but that was when it was a lot easier with only 5 wires. But he's looking good, and he is through. 52 seconds left on the escape wall. It's been tough so far, and he misses his first attempt. And he's doing the same thing as Eternal Flame, not getting a full run-up, but he gets up on the third try. Oh, he gets out the wrong side and gets lucky. He barely hangs onto the platform. Not recommended at all to get out the wrong side, but he somehow made it work. And now he's speeding his way down the Tarzan poles with plenty of time, going for the cargo climb. Holy cow, is Halo Fan about to clear? Oh my god! He blocks off the second one, barely saves himself on the first. Take your time, no reason to rush. Halo Fan up on the last level, and he gets up on top, and Halo Fan 17, he had never beaten the third obstacle before today, but 4th time is the charm for him. He has cleared stage 1 with a very impressive time too, 17.51. Awesome to see. We already have our first competitor into stage 2. We'll see if Mighty Max 80 can join him. We've not seen him in a very long time, since Tournament 14 when he failed the second obstacle, the booby trap. So through the step pillar, no problem. He will run into the switch as well. He is now going across the tire pressure. A little far back on that third one. And he comes up short. Oh, Mighty Max. 2 appearances on Irish Warrior, and he now has 2 second obstacle fails. Really does not show the pedigree of jumper he is on other courses, but this course and him have not seen eye to eye in the 2 times he's attempted it. But now at number 21, we have someone who has had an even longer absence than Mighty Max as he's through the first obstacle. It's Blaze Jahays. He's here in tournament 13 where he failed the Diamondback, and he's making his way across the tire pressure. And yes, he gets the dismount, does better than Mighty Max. Blaze Hayes, otherwise known as Ninja Warrior 718 or Jonte, is on the Diamondback, which took him out in Tournament 13, and he gets onto that 3rd diamond, gets a run, goes for the dismount, and oh, he comes up short! Looked like he didn't run off the top of the diamond. He might have jumped a little early, didn't get enough of a sprint going, and unfortunately, that is the end of his day, and he has failed the Diamondback for his 2nd time in a row. Although it's been a long time since he failed it the first time. I digress. Number 22, it's Foamy Boy. He had a big breakthrough in the last tournament. He finally beat the Diamondback for his first time. Got to the 4th obstacle, the wire bridge, where he went down there. Foamy, making his way smoothly across the tires and is across that. No need to crouch or anything. Now he's onto the Diamondback. He's failed this obstacle a lot in the past. He's only beaten it once, and that was the last tournament. Can Foamy somehow make it past the 3rd obstacle 2 tournaments in a row? It's looking like it if he can make this dismount. It just took out Jonte, so not a jump to be taken lightly, but he is through onto the circle cross. And it looks like he is also going to full send this as he's up to the 3rd circle, dropping down to the pole. And it's a personal best 2 tournaments in a row for Foamy as he's onto the wire bridge. It took him out in the last 2 tournaments as position 2 and 4, and it's taken him out again. Foamy overshoots that 5th pole. He was doing a little bit of the chumpy in the last tournament where he kind of was going back and forth, and it's just really hard to keep your distance control locked in when you do that. But that is unfortunate, but awesome job. 2 tournaments in a row to get in a personal best is really great to see as we're moving on to Duke of Deuce, formerly known as Lord of Ooh. And he comes up short of the 2nd step. I barely even got to talk about him. That is a shocker for Lord of Ooh. This first obstacle not to be taken lightly. We haven't seen a ton of fails on it, but it's still a difficult obstacle. As we are on to number 24, it is Fix the Wi-Fi. We haven't seen him as well since Tournament 13, same as Jonte. He's making his return, though, as he's primarily a PC player, so it's good to have him back. Hopefully we'll see him more regularly. He gets a weird running jump off that 3rd one, and he comes up short. It, completely stalled his momentum. It was like he was rolling that 3rd one forward, and then he just almost had to cut his momentum. Jumping to the 4th made it very difficult to bridge the gap to get to the end of the tire pressure, and he is out there. As we're now on to number 25, it is Shadowrun 132. Shadowrun has failed the wire bridge in each of his previous 2 appearances. We saw Foamy go earlier, and he's failed the wire bridge in the last 2 tournaments, and then he failed it for a 3rd time in a row today. So Shadowrun hoping to avoid that. First things first, got to get through that tire pressure. It's taken out a few notable competitors already, but not Shadowrun. He's on to the Diamondback. He jumps pretty low there on that 2nd diamond, but he is fine. Going for that 3rd diamond. It's a little bit farther out, but he is good. Setting up, going for the dismount, and he is across. Shadowrun now taking on the circle cross. Another competitor full sending it. Appears to be the strat. Again, doesn't matter how you do it as long as you get through. He is on to the wire bridge. Just taking him out 2 tournaments in a row, like I said. He has made the jump that Foamy failed. He gets onto the 6th, and he is going to stop, set himself up, go for the 7th, and he comes up short. Did not get his sprint activated. It looked like the way he wanted. And unfortunately, 3 tournaments in a row for both Foamy and Shadowrun out at the hands of the wire bridge. As we're now on to number 26, it is Patty Freakin'. Patty basically came out of Halo 5 retirement in the last tournament to run Tournament 20, get himself warmed up here for Tournament 21 on Halo Infinite. Patty, another competitor hoping to be back in the fold as Halo Infinite is on PC. So Patty smoothly through the first obstacle and going nicely across the tires. No crouch or anything there. He's on to the diamonds. Patty hoping to kind of refine his form. He's been really good on some other courses. I mean, had multiple deep stage 3s on Rogs as well as Smokey's course. So hoping to refine that form here on Halo Infinite as he's going smoothly across the circle cross and through that, no problems. Patty still with a minute on the clock. He failed this obstacle though in the last tournament. He failed at the hands of the dismount. We watched Free MMO Direct fail that earlier, but Patty's looking in a good rhythm, and he gets through. 50 seconds left as he goes for the escape wall. He is up in 1. That is how you are meant to do it. 44 seconds left. Patty freaking with a lot of time left. You can take it here on the Tarzan poles. You don't want to screw up any of these jumps. They're not the hardest jumps in the world, but no, safety first for the most part, and he has done that, and he is on to the cargo climb. He is punching. He knows unless he makes a big error, he is going to be on to stage 2. He's up on the last ledge and runs into the buzzer. 21.73 seconds left. That was just absolute textbook of how you want to do this stage from Patty Freakin'. He didn't go blazing speed, but he still had a lot of time left because he really didn't make any mistakes. Awesome job by him, and we already have 2 competitors moving on to the second stage as we move on to our first member of the Perfect Attendance Club. It is number 27, Bubba Ace. Bubba, another competitor that failed the wire bridge last time and did quite a bit of damage in the last tournament, but we'll see how Bubba does here today. Searching for that second stage 1 clear. It's been a while now since tournament 3. Again, one of my favorite moments from this show is Bubba clearing in tournament 3. See if he can find that form again here in tournament 21 as he is through the tire pressure. I didn't even point out the step pillar taken from Ninja Warrior of Roblox, this show. If you haven't seen it by now, are you living under a rock? That's a genuine question. But anyways, yeah, step pillar taken from his show. Go check that out if you've never seen it before. But Bubba Ace, he has struggled with the Diamondback before, but he gets through it there today, and now he's on to the Circle Cross, a new obstacle for him, as well as it is for everyone else. But it looks like it's causing no problems for him, and he is back to the wire bridge. He is hungry to get by this. Come on, Bubba. He's on to the 4th, going for the 5th, the 6th, and he runs off! No, Bubba Ace comes off of that 6th one. He was trying to keep his momentum going, and unfortunately just couldn't get the jump off from 6 to 7, and that is unfortunate. But now we're on to number 28. This is Robotic Pie. Making his 5th appearance, he's been a bit of a sporadic on and off competitor. However, we did see him in the last tournament where he did get all the way to the Dragon Glider. It was a good performance and a personal best for him. Robotic through the step pillar with no problems. He debuted the tournament after the step pillar was moved in tournament 13, but now he's going across the tire pressure. And oh no, he didn't get enough forward momentum to land that 4th tire. He got to jump off of it, but it was just in vain. There was no chance he was going to make it once it tipped forward that far, and he didn't get a clean landing on it. But now at number 29, we have Sane the Legend. Another competitor we have not seen much on this course. We've not seen him since tournament 16, and before that we only saw him in tournament 4 when he failed the mountain cross. Funny enough, when he ran tournament 4, he described the mountain cross as a quote-unquote stage 3 obstacle, which, I mean, it did a lot of damage, so he might have had a point, but oh, he was really low on that 3rd diamond. Mountain cross, of course, was removed at the end of Era 2, and, may it rest in peace as he is on to the circle cross here. Sane failed the buoy tilt in tournament 16. That is another obstacle in the graveyard. Oh, he barely made that dismount. Should probably be focusing on this run as Sane is looking pretty smooth here. Oh, he got a little bit of a stutter there as he jumped off that 4th cable, but he's on to the 6th and gets on to the 7th wire, goes for the dismount, and he is there. 43 seconds left. Not sure why the mongoose is red, but he is up in 1, and he's got 38 seconds. He's got a lot of time. Sane, with no mistakes, could be our 3rd finisher. He could be another competitor to get his first stage 1 clear today. Both Halofan and Patty had never cleared stage 1 before today. Sane lands on the cargo climb. He slides over the 2nd one, but he gets a good save jump on the other side of that 1st ledge. And now he is climbing his way up, trying to not make any mistakes, which can't say I blame him at this point. He is up to the top, and wow, almost 3 strikes and you're out. Not quite a rule on this show. But he will barely hear the klaxon. 9.67 seconds left, but it doesn't matter how much time you clear with. Sane the Legend is on to stage 2 for his first time.
Oop. Oop. You're good. You're good. You're fine. You're fine. One more. You're good. Let's go, Shane. Let's go,
Oh,
Shane.
hit the buzzer. Hit the buzzer. Yep, there you go.
Holy that buzzer. Can I borrow your Xbox for my run, Shane? Please?
I can't believe I missed the buzzer. What the f?
Tell you what, that run was super smooth until he got onto that last obstacle, and he tried to do whatever he could to really not finish the stage, but he has done it, and well done to him. Another new face on stage 2. This is a great start to the tournament. As we're on to number 30, it is Spartan Walnut 71. He finally broke his 4th obstacle curse in the last tournament when he got to the Dragon Glider. Thankfully for him, no Dragon Glider, because trampolines are not really a thing in Halo Infinite yet, and rolling things. He is stopping for the switch. I'm not sure why he needed to do that, because it was fully reset. That's just to be extra safe, but he is through. And now Spartan Walnut getting ready for the Diamondback. He is beating this obstacle every time he's taken on the course. Let's see if he can make it 6 for 6 here as he goes for the 3rd. He is on that. Now just the dismount to go. Takes a second to set up. A little bit slower than some of our other competitors so far. We'll see how he handles the new circle cross. And he's on the first pole. Jumps for the second circle and comes up short. Didn't look like he had a ton of momentum going. And that is unfortunate. Spartan Walnut, he has failed the 4th obstacle for his 5th time in his career. I think he just doesn't like the number 4 at this point, it seems like. But we now have at number 31, Atlantic Champ. He's changed his name back to the old gamer tag. He unfortunately missed out on the second C because you can only have 12 letters in your gamer tag now. But formerly known as Chumpy, both with like 5 Ys as well as 1. Chumpy got to stage 3 in tournament 19, however, last time had a bit of a step backwards, failing the wire bridge. So see what Chumpy we will see today. We've seen a lot of up and down from him lately, but he is speeding his way across the Diamondback and is through that. Now for the circle cross, we just watched Spartan Walnut fail here, but he is speeding his way along, keeping his momentum up. You don't have to full send. And he stops on that last pole. Good save jump there. And he is on to the wire bridge. Has he learned his mistake from last time? He was really erratic, going side to side. Looks like he is staying in one straight line here today. And he gets through. And Atlantic Champ with 46 seconds left. I've called him Chumpy for so long, it's weird calling him Atlantic again. I probably just use those names interchangeably again. But he is got plenty of time here, 35 seconds. As he is on the 3rd pole, he's save jumping all these. He doesn't really have to do that, but he is really just being cautious here, just trying to make sure he doesn't screw up because he's got oodles of time in hand as he lands the cargo climb. And he turns around. He is going backwards on the cargo climb. This is a little bold. Interesting. I'm not sure why he did that, but it doesn't matter. He has hit the buzzer at the end of the stage with 13.42 seconds left on the clock. And Atlantic Champ, Chumpy, whatever you want to call him, I guess you can call him a pretty good jumper because he has a lot of stage 1 clears on this course. That is number 12, in fact. Well done to him. We'll see him again on stage 2. And now at number 32, we have Stray Felix. Strafe has really struggled in this era with just one jump in particular, which thanks to prefabs not really working in this game yet, Swivel Swing is gone. So hopefully Stray Felix can set his sights on getting back to stage 2 for just the 2nd time in this era, just the 2nd time since tournament 5. As Strafe smoothly through the first 2 obstacles. He started so fast out of the blocks, he cleared in 3 of his first 4 appearances, and he just has 1 clear to show for himself since. Strafe looking good so far, showing some good speed as he is now onto the circle cross. Strafe moving smooth. Wasn't the cleanest jump onto that 3rd circle, but he is across, and he is onto the wire bridge still with about, well, he had a minute when I was about to say that, but now he's down to 55, but he is controlling it pretty well, not getting the biggest jumps in the world, goes to the dismount, and he is across. 49 seconds left. Strafe up the escape wall in 1. He has a lot of time. 43 seconds left. We could be on the verge of another clear here. We're seeing a lot of early success. Strafe hoping to keep that rolling. He's getting some pole whips here to make sure he makes those jumps. Goes to the dismount. He is onto the cargo climb with 30 seconds left. Strafe Helix all the time in the world. No mistakes. And he's going to be on to stage 2. And he has finally done it. Strafe Helix avenges all the wrongdoings of really this whole era. This era really could be a what could have been to this point for Strafe Helix. But he is on to stage 2. That is awesome to see. But now he is a fellow countryman, fellow Brit. It is Soul Reaper 1025. He cleared stage 1 all the way back in Tournament 3 and has been searching for that buzzer once again ever since. Soul failed the Dragon Glider last time. He was kind of a bit of an on and off competitor since his clear. However, recently he has been a lot more in the swing of things as far as jumping, as he is through the first 2 obstacles with no sweat, and now on to the diamonds. Soul failed this once back in Tournament 15, but it looks like it is no match for him, and he makes the dismount now on to the circle cross. Oh, he does a slide! Wow, that was super dangerous. Not recommended at all, but he somehow covered the gap to get onto the second circle and through that obstacle. And now, Soul taking on the wire bridge. Plenty of time in hand, but he is also full sending his way across this. He stops himself a little bit on that last cable, but still is able to get across. The Mongoose is now blue on the escape wall. Weird things are happening to that Mongoose, but he is up in 1, and he has a lot of time as well. 40 seconds left for Soul Reaper. Could this be his day he finally breaks through again? Soul goes for the cargo climb, and he gets it. He gets a save jump. He's got 30 seconds. So much time for Soul Reaper as long as he doesn't make a mistake here. And just 1 jump left. He is up top, and Soul Reaper clears with 21.44 seconds left. Not only are competitors clearing this stage, but they're clearing it with a lot of time left, and that was a fantastic performance from Soul Reaper 1025. He had 9 stage 1 fails in a row, but he's finally gotten that second stage 1 cleared. Someone else searching for that is this man, Double Ump. He cleared stage 1 and stage 2 in his debut all the way back in Tournament 5, took a long time off, came back in Tournament 19, where he's failed stage 1 in each of the last 2 tournaments at the Pipe Vault and the Dragon Glider, both of those not in this tournament. So I'm hoping to maybe take advantage of that and get his second stage 1 clear. Step Pillar was no problems for him. Obstacle he did not get to attempt because Tournament 12 was basically right in the middle of his absence. But tire pressure was also no problem, and he's on to the Diamondback. Going for that dismount, and he is through. We saw Jonte fail very similar to that dismount technique, but it doesn't matter for him as he is going smoothly across the circle cross and gets the dismount. Like a lot of our competitors we've seen, a lot of time left here for the wire bridge. Looking pretty good. He's going to stop on that 6th one. That is perfectly fine. These last 2 jumps, like before, are a little bit bigger, and he is across. And with 45 seconds, he gets up into the Mongoose. And this could be another clear. We've seen 3 in a row. Trying to make it 4 as he is speeding his way down the sides of the Tarzan poles, and he is onto the net with a lot of time left, 30 seconds. He's on the 2nd level up to the 3rd. Gets a very high jump there up to the 4th, using that wall, beautifully controlling his trajectory, and Double Ump is back. For the first time since Tournament 5, we'll see him on Stage 2. And we will see if he can keep that perfect Stage 2 record alive. But now at number 35, it is Petrillo Fam 4. Hard to believe in Tournament 17, Petrillo was viewed as potentially the guy in this era. He had made it to 7 stage 3s in the tournaments prior to that. 7 stage 3s in a row. However, since then, it's been a downward spiral for Petrillo Fam 4, failing the ball glider at number 50 in Tournament 17. And now has failed stage 1 3 tournaments in a row. I'm sure he's happy to see the Dragon Glider gone, but he's still got to execute. Are the stage 1 demons going to get him here today? We'll see. First obstacle is no problem, and Petrillo moving smoothly and through the second one as well. Petrillo has never struggled with the Diamondback. In fact, the Diamondback debuted in Tournament 10, and that was the tournament in which he started his big old Stage 3 streak. So Maybe the Diamondback's a good omen for him. It hasn't been lately. I'm not really sure, but he is going very quickly and smooth through the circle cross and onto the wire bridge. About just over a minute left. Seems to be about the par time here before the wire bridge for whatever reason. He is going to stop on that 5th wire, and now going to save jump there on the 6th. Get these big jumps. Stop on the 7th. That is perfectly fine. Set yourself up. Go for the dismount, and Pedro is there. 42 seconds as he goes for the escape wall. Up in 1. Another competitor onto the Tarzan pulse. We saw Pedro fail the escape wall in the last tournament, but he has righted all those wrongs, it appears. 29 seconds left as he is going smoothly, getting the pole whips on the Tarzan poles, and he is onto the cargo climb. Petrillo Fam 4 just a few jumps away, jumps up onto that last level, and Petrillo is back. After 3 stage 1 fails in a row, Petrillo hoping to start a new streak of greatness, and he is cleared with a very smooth run. Wasn't the fastest ever, but he's cleared with 16.34 seconds left on the clock. He's got somebody there, I think that's Strafe, who was able to get up on top of the the cargo climb as well. So Strafe's second time getting to the top of that obstacle, and they will celebrate a very solid run from Petrillo Fam 4. But now at number 36, we have RPG 445. Rog, 2 tournaments ago, was so close to getting to the 3rd stage. Just came a few walls away on the supermarket. Last time, though, unfortunately, he set himself a personal worst at the hands of the Dragon Glider. Dragon Glider took out 10 people in the last tournament, but Dragon Glider is not in this tournament, so I'm sure a lot of happy people about that, as well as the pipe vault and the swivel swing. You know, just the way Halo Infinite has worked out with its prefabs and welded objects and stuff like that, not working yet. But, you know, it is what it is. Rog trying to take advantage of that as he is onto the Diamondback, an obstacle he's never really struggled with in the past, and that will continue to be the case. And Rog, gets a weird landing on that first circle, gets a stop and a bit of a sliding save jump. That was kind of odd, but he is now making his way across, going for that drop, and getting to the platform with a minute left. Rog now taking on the wire bridge. Looking good. He's going to stop on that 5th one. Saw Petrillo do a very similar technique right before him. He's facing the other way than Petrillo on these save jumps, but he's going to connect the last 2 jumps and get through. 42 seconds left. Another blue mongoose. That mongoose just has a mind of its own, but he is up in 1. Another competitor having no trouble with the escape wall. It is very difficult, I assure you. We saw it from our competitors earlier. But Rog now making his way down the Tarzan poles. He had the Tarzan ropes on his course once, very similar to that. But Rog, no problems there on that. And now he's climbing his way up the cargo climb. And Rog up to the top level, and he will hit the buzzer. And Rog will be back onto the 2nd stage once again with a very smooth run. 15.6 seconds left. And that is 6 clears in a row. Our competitors are just demolishing this first stage so far. That takes us all the way up to 9 clears out of the first 36. A quarter of our field so far has already beaten the first stage. But now at number 37, fittingly, it is Spenny 37. Bubba Ace, when he had the 37 in his name, was Bubba Ace. Bubba Ace 37 was number 37 a few times on this course, but now Spenny will get that honor here in this tournament. He's had a few really good runs lately. He's gotten to the last 2 obstacles 3 times in the last 5 tournaments. A weird camera angle there as he gets to the first 2 obstacles. But yeah, he's gotten the last 2 obstacles 3 times in the last 5, and unfortunately has not been able to get to the buzzer. Maybe today's the day. We've seen a lot of success already. Maybe Killer can add his name to the list as he's through the Diamondback onto the circle cross. Killer Demand, his old gamer tag. I still... again, Killer, Spenny, whatever you want to call him, they're kind of interchangeable at this point. He was known as Killer Demand for so long, and, it doesn't really matter, I guess, too much, as he is making his way smoothly across these wires, getting that sprint going, and he gets through with no doubts. 46 seconds going for the escape wall, not up in 1. That is okay. Just got to set yourself up, get a good second attempt, and he is up. 38 seconds left. He still should have plenty of time as long as he doesn't make any mistakes. Killer on that 3rd one, going for the 4th. And going for the 5th. Each of these jumps gets a little bit farther, but it looks like it's no problem. Yes, he is on to the cargo climb. 19 seconds left. Killer to Man gets a bit of a weird boost there off the wall, but he is okay. Jumps up to the last level. And Spenny 37. Killer to Man will keep the clear streak rolling. We're up to 7 in a row. And another new face on stage 2. The New Zealander. He's got to be so happy. Look at him celebrate at the top of the cargo climb. He'll be moving on to stage 2, and that is awesome to see. A really solid performance from him as well. And now at number 38, we have Tricky Cyrus. We have seen him do really well on some other courses, most notably Spartan Ninja Warrior, where he achieved total victory back in Tournament 12. He's also done really well on Rog's course quite a few times as of late, getting to multiple deep stage 3s. But this course has been a different story. He has never made it past the ball glider, and last tournament he went down at the pipe vault. First 2 obstacles were no issues for him, and now he is on to the Diamondback. He's on that second one, going for the 3rd. He is there, and going for that dismount. Tricky, oh, he barely made that dismount. That running dismount that we've seen a few people do on Halo 5, I don't think it's really the move here on this new game, but we've seen quite a few people try it. Some have succeeded, some have failed. We've seen a lot of people succeed at the circle cross as of late, and that is another competitor to do so. Tricky now making his way across these wires, and he is across. 43 seconds left as he goes to the escape wall. Not up in 1. And he doesn't get a full run up, and not up in 2. He is making the same mistake as Eternal Flame. He's not getting the full run up. This could be problematic. You gotta back yourself up to get the speed necessary to get up there, and he is finally up, but he's gotta go now. 22 seconds, and he stalled there for a second. I'm not sure what happened. But Tricky Cyrus now has to go full speed, and he is not doing that. 14 seconds left. Tricky's gotta go. 10 seconds left. He is on to that final Tarzan pole, going for the cargo climb, but he misses it. He comes up short. Looked like he just didn't get the full distance there, and that is unfortunate. Following him, though, we had Caden Bogart. Somehow the game glitched, and he had a gray water, but that is what he fell into at the hands of the wire bridge. And now at number 40, it is El Booker Taco. Booker has had a lot of good performances, but he only has 2 Stage 1 clears to show for himself, those coming in tournaments 11 and 15. Last tournament was another good one, but he went down at the hands of the pipe vault, and he landed the pole, and it fell backwards on him. We've seen a few competitors across the tournaments fail that obstacle in that fashion. But pipe vault, not in this tournament. We'll see if it's no more in the tournaments to come. We'll see if Halo Infinite fixes its welded objects and stuff, so I can put that back in the course at some point down the road. We'll have to see. But in the meantime, Booker, first 2 obstacles were no doubts for him, and now the Diamondback took him out in tournament 12. So we'll see. I'm not sure if that fail is still on his mind, but either way, he got through it again today, and now the circle cross, no problems there. And now he is on to the wire bridge. We just saw Caden fail here in the 1-run fast forward. But Booker moving smoothly there. Gets on that last one, but he doesn't get a sprint, going for the dismount. And Booker Taco is out at the hands of the wire bridge. And that is unfortunate. But it should not take away from our first 40 competitors, as 10 are already through. 10 runs to go. The clear record on this course is 12, so we could be on pace for just an incredible tournament if our last 10 can get to the finish line. All starting with number 41, this is Snaz. Snaz, one of numbers 41 through 43 are fill-ins for expected people in the night runs that we weren't able to get. Snaz is filling in here for Super Ninja Jake. But Snaz had a really good run in the last tournament, got all the way to the pipe vault, and really knocked on the door of getting to the second stage. And Snaz has put in a lot of practice here, trying to get the hang of the new game, trying to finally beat Stage 1 for his first time on his 16th appearance. So he's on to the Diamondback. This obstacle took him out twice before in tournaments 14 and 15. And, a little weird there on that dismount, but it will not take him out in tournament 21. Now, he is also full sending the circle cross. It seems to just be everyone's way to get through this obstacle. And it will be the case for Snaz as well, as he is on to the wire bridge. He was very worried about this. Snaz, though, is looking good. He's on to the 6th. The 7th, he got hung up a little, but he makes the dismount. And Snaz onto the escape wall. He is up in 1 with a lot of time left. 41 seconds left. Is Snaz going to be able to do it? He's got to get through these last 2 obstacles, and he is taking his time here, walking his way around here on each of these Tarzan poles, perfectly fine. Going for the 5th, and he is there. Just the dismount. No! He runs off the last pole, trying to jump onto the cargo climb, and Snaz just, oh no, he's denied right at the end of the stage. If you'd have made the cargo climb, he had so much time in hand. But instead, Snaz, it's a heartbreaker. It looked like he was finally going to get through stage 1, but he just didn't get the jump off. He just ran off the pole. And it's so unfortunate. He kind of tried to pole whip a little bit. You don't really have to pole whip on any of those jumps. But, you know, you just got to get that jump off sometimes. And unfortunately for Snaz, he's too committed to getting the late jump, it looks like, and he is out. But now we have quite an intro for number 42. Snaz is there, Fireball's there, and Smokey's there. They're all doing the Go Tanks punching intro. That is a really good one. Go Tanks is here filling in for Sonic Fan, who was another competitor that wasn't able to make this tournament, like I previously said. But Go Tanks making his 18th appearance. We'll see if he can finally get through stage 1 here today. Oh, he almost overshot that last DB pole on the step pillar, but he is through that. And now on the tire pressure for the dismount, and he is across. Go Tanks in tournament 12, really, he had a few rough tournaments, really, the end of Era 1 as well as all of Era 2. But tournament 12 with the step pillar was really where he kind of came back into form. He's had a few deep runs, hoping to put another one up here, maybe finally get to the finish line. He's not had the most success in recent years towards the end of Halo 5. Maybe he's a new man on Halo Infinite, and the first 4 obstacles are no problems for him as he is now onto the wire bridge. Go Tanks. 50 seconds left on the clock as he is speeding his way along. He's beaten this obstacle in each of the last 2 tournaments, and that will be 3 in a row for him. 42 seconds left. He goes to the escape wall. He is up in 1. Similar circumstance to Snaz. He is on the verge of his first stage 1 clear. 35 seconds left. Can Go Tanks do it? He runs off that second pole, gets onto the 3rd. Does not get a whole lot of pull whip there, getting onto the 4th. Goes for the 5th, and he is there. Just the dismount. Took out Snaz, but not Go Tanks. 21 seconds left. And he is making his way up the cargo climb. Go Tanks, just a couple jumps left. He's on the last level, gets up to the top, and Go Tanks, not only has he cleared stage 1 for his first time on this course, it's a rare occurrence. Go Tanks beating a klaxon. I guess it shows the time limit's pretty lenient. But either way, that was a super smooth, super solid run from Go Tanks. And that is why we've seen so much success from him on Halo Ninja Warrior across the years. But now at number 43, we have Sunnyside Splash. He missed the last tournament, but is coming back to fill the shoes of our 2-time grand champion. Yes, unfortunately, Weapon Matt missed his first tournament this time. Sunny almost missed the second step of the step pillar, but Sunny beat stage 1 in his debut in tournament 17, and then got really close to beating it in tournaments 18 and 19 as well. Unfortunately, couldn't make the last tournament, but he's back here today in tournament 21. As Sunny making his way across the tires and is through that. Sunny now on to the Diamondback as he goes for that left side on the second one. That is good. Now going for the 3rd, and he comes up short. Sunnyside Splash. That is a shocker. Not a ton of people have failed the Diamondback today, but it goes to show the Diamondback can truly take out anyone, and it is taken out an established competitor, a Spartan Sasuke finalist in recent months in Sunnyside Splash. But we move on to number 44, Alpha Puma. He has been on a roll on this course lately. He was 1 jump away from having 3 stage 1 clears in a row in the last tournament. Unfortunately, rushed that final dismount off the swivel swing and came up short. But Puma now speeding his way across the tire pressure and through that, and now he is on to the Diamonds. See if Puma can keep his run of success here going. Oh my goodness, I thought he just slow walked off that second diamond, but thankfully it was just lag. He is through, and he is on to circle cross. And he's going to stop in that first one, get a save jump. A little bit of captain save jump going on. Oh, he's going to save jump and stop on the second circle. This is kind of the way the obstacle was intended to be done, and then no one's done it that way, but he's chewing up some clock here, as you can see. I was talking about how a lot of people are getting to the wire bridge with a minute left. He's down to just 45, so he might have to go a little faster than some of our other competitors here, but he is going full speed across the wires. Almost came up short of that last wire, and now setting up, getting the dismount. And now 30 seconds left. He's going to have to get to the escape wall here pretty quick, and he does. 27 seconds left. It's not the most time in the world, so he might have to push the pace a little bit, but if he doesn't make a mistake, he should be good. 19 seconds left for Puma. And he is on that fourth rope onto the fifth. And now going for the dismount onto the cargo climb. He's there with 11 seconds left. He can't really afford a mistake. And oh no, he's made it! Oh no, he's made the mistake. He's down to the bottom. He's overshot the third ledge and fallen to the bottom. He's fallen down again, and he's fallen in the water. And Puma, for the second tournament in a row, is down at the hands of the last obstacle of the first stage. Oh, the pressure was there. The time was running short on him. He needed no mistakes, and unfortunately, he just arced himself right over that third peg. He fell down to the bottom, and then he went frantically trying to somehow make it. And unfortunately, he did it again on the other side. He just arcs right over the top of that third peg. Fell down into the water. Truly disappointing, but hopefully we'll see Puma bounce back in the next tournament. As we move on now to number 45, it is Smokey Massacre. Smokey, unfortunately, went down at the hands of the ball glider by disqualifying himself in the last tournament by jumping on top of the circle twist. Got too much momentum coming off of it. Smokey was really disappointed in that result. The last two tournaments he's felt really good about, and they've not gone his way. We'll see if Halo Infinite provides a change here for Smokey. First two obstacles were no problems. And now he's going fast here onto the diamonds. He's going very quickly on that third one. Kind of got a weird sideways run up. He didn't get a whole lot of lateral momentum and just kind of turned there at the end. I don't know. That wasn't really the best description, but oh well. He's making that drop now on the circle cross, and he is through 64 seconds here as he's onto the wire bridge. Smokey moving very nice so far. He is basically full sending this obstacle, and he has made it through it with absolutely no troubles. Going for the escape wall. He's had a lot of trouble with it on Halo 5, but up in one here on Halo Infinite. And now 43 seconds. He's on the second pole. It looks like he is full sending this. And he is on that fifth, goes for the cargo climb, and he is on it with a lot of time. 35 seconds left as he's on to the fourth, up to the fifth, and Smokey is going to break the 30-second barrier. That is super impressive. Only the fourth time ever someone has beaten Stage 1 with more than 30 seconds left. Two of those in Tournament 6, and then Joey in Tournament 12. But you know what? Smokey looked so good there on Stage 1. Awesome to see another Stage 1 clear for him. And now at number 46, it is Flamosaurus. Flame has been on a good run of form lately. 3 Stage 1 clears in a row. But unfortunately, 2 of those 3 Stage 1 clears have resulted in supermarket failures in tournaments 18 and 20. Got to Stage 3 for a second time in 19, but we'll see if Flame can, first things first, beat Stage 1. Step Pillar was no problem for him. Flame having some Roblox background back in the day. I don't think he really plays much at all. He stops in that third circle. He tried to walk it forward. Super dangerous, but he is across. No problems there. Although a little weird looking. But anyways, Flame now onto the diamond back, and he's on that third diamond. And now setting himself up, going for that dismount, and he is through. And now on to the circle cross. Flame, another competitor, full sending this obstacle. Dropping down and going for the dismount, he is there. 58 seconds left on the clock as he is now going for the wire bridge. Flame speeding his way along. Gets to the 6th. The 7th goes to the dismount, and he is across. 45 as he goes to the escape wall, not up in 1, but he is wisely taking his time backing up, and he gets up into the passenger seat on the second attempt. 37 seconds left for Flamosaurus. Flame now on to the Tarzan poles. He is keeping his speed up, taking a little bit of time for each jump, but he is moving good, and that is perfectly fine as he lands on the cargo climb. 21 seconds left. Flame taking this obstacle on a few times in the past when it was an obstacle 8 of 10 after the slider jump. Now it's the end of stage 1, and that's where he's gotten to. 14.69, a very nice run from Flamosaurus. That was very childish. I do apologize. But you know what? Flame with a very solid run. He can claim the top of that pole with the buzzer on it. That was very solid from him. Flame has actually taken us to 13 clears, and that has set a new stage 1 clear record with 4 runners left to go. The first of those being Hunter Unit 751. Hunter, with just an amazing run in the last tournament, had very, he didn't have a whole lot of expectation for the last tournament, but had a New Year's Eve run to remember as he made it all the way to the 3rd stage for his 3rd time, and went down at the hands of the cliffhanger, unfortunately, but we'll see if Hunter can channel that magic here on the first Halo Infinite tournament. Hunter, of course, got to stage 3 in the first Halo 5 tournament on this course, so, maybe it'll be a trend, but who knows. Hunter, though, making his way across the tires. Didn't have a whole lot of momentum coming off that 4th tire, but he makes the dismount across, and now he's on to the diamonds. And he's going quickly there. Very similar technique to what we saw Smokey do. And he gets the drop down, and he is good. Hunter now taking on the circle cross. Up to the 2nd pole. He's going to stop on that 3rd circle, set himself up for the drop. It is a sneaky tough jump. He's going to save jump the pole as well. Perfectly fine. 57 seconds as he's onto the wire bridge. Can Hunter get through this? He is moving nicely onto the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. He gets caught a little, but he is fine. Still plenty of forward momentum to make across. Not up the escape wall in 1, though. He is getting the full run up, running into the wall of text of his previous results. And he's up in 2. Well done, Hunter. That was, I don't want to say essential, but that was important because now he still has a fair bit of time. He can take his time here if he needs to. 27 seconds left. He is onto the Tarzan poles. He's onto the 4th. Jumping now for the 5th. He's onto that. 20 seconds left. He's going for the cargo climb. Almost came up short. That was a bit of a sloppy jump, but he is onto this. He has beaten this obstacle many times in the past. And Hunter Unit on that last level gets up top, and Hunter Unit with the slowest time of the tournament so far, but it doesn't matter as long as that clock doesn't say zeros. Hunter clears with 7.25 seconds left, and Hunter will be moving on yet again. His 14th time. He is up to 2/3 on the first stage of Irish Warrior. And the turtle, as I like to call him sometimes, the turtle will live on here on stage 1 of Irish Warrior, because he truly does struggle to beat the klaxon. This man doesn't, though. This man is super fast, and he is super good. It is Cobra. He has cleared stage 1 in each of the last 5 tournaments. Last time got to the cliffhanger. He's been to stage 3 in 3 of the last 5 tournaments, so we'll see if Cobra can make it 6 stage 1 clears in a row. The step pillar was no problem for him. It's really not been a problem for too many competitors today. It's been a lot easier than it was in tournament 12. Tire pressure was a little harder than it was in the last tournament, I would say so far, but it has been no problem for a lot of our top challengers, and Cobra is another one. And he is also through the Diamondback, now onto the new one, the Circle Cross. We've seen a few different competitors take some stops here if need be, but it looks like Cobra is just going to do the full send and get across with a lot of time left. 63 as he lands that first wire. And now, making his way across, Cobra onto the 5th. Getting a little bit of sideways momentum there on the 6th, and he, oh my goodness, he almost came up short of that 7th one, gets a couple save jumps to make it, and then made the dismount. That was super wise. He almost came undone there, but he is good, and now he is onto the Tarzan poles. The escape wall was no match for him, and now he is full sending the right side of the Tarzan poles, connecting it all, and he is onto the cargo climb with 31 seconds left. He's onto that 3rd level, up to 4, up to 5, up to the top, and up to another stage 1 clear. That is 6 in a row for him. Very solid time, 25.11. Our competitors not only just obliterating the stage, they're just obliterating the time limit too. That's another 20+ second clear. But, you know, that's just another solid performance. A lot of them so far as we are up to 15 clears. With 2 men left to go, at number 49, it is Fireball. Fireball truly having a career resurgence here in the last few tournaments. He's been to stage 3 in 5 of the last 6 tournaments. We'll see if Fireball can keep it rolling here today, as he is now on to the tire pressure. Step pillar was no problem for him as well. And he's on that 4th tire, goes to the dismount, and he is across. Fireball now on to the diamonds. He's on to that 2nd one, going forward the 3rd. And getting a quick jump off that top one, but he is there. And now it's his time to take on Circle Cross. Another full send, and another competitor looking like they're having no trouble, and he is through. 63 seconds left, another competitor up over a minute before the wire bridge. He is also full sending this. A bit of a crouch there, landing that 3rd one just to keep himself cautious. But he is now speeding his way across the rest, and he is through. And now 50 seconds left for Fireball as he gets up into the mongoose on the escape wall, up in 1 again. Another competitor not struggling with that obstacle. We've seen the competitors that have struggled mightily there, but a lot of people getting up in 1. Fireball speeds his way across the Tarzan poles. We've seen a few people do that now. He is now climbing up. Oh! He had a chance there. I think it's Smokey's time, and he will not get there, I think, because of that slip up. Could not get the jump up from 4 to 5, but that is still a super solid run. 28.77 seconds left, and Fireball will be moving on yet again. And that takes us up to 16 Stage 1 clears with just 1 man left to go. It is Joey Davis. He has beaten Stage 1 in a lot of tournaments in a row. He has not failed to Stage 1 since Tournament 7. He missed Tournament 18, but in Tournaments 17, 19, and 20, got to the final stage in all of them. Couldn't finish the deal in any of those. He'd love to get a 4th opportunity at that final stage, potentially get to the top and achieve total victory. But he's got to keep himself focused here on the obstacles and the stage at hand. First 2 obstacles, no problem here for number 50 here in Tournament 21, the first Halo Infinite tournament. It's a big honor here for Joey. I don't think he takes it lightly, although he was number 50 in the last tournament, and it went pretty well for him there as well. Diamondback, no issues there, and now he is on to the Circle Cross, speeding his way along here. He is such a fast competitor, although he does stop on that last pole of the Circle Cross. That is a little interesting. But yeah, not really surprised to see him full send the Circle Cross with his speed. But now the wire bridge has been a little tricky for some of our competitors, but not for Joey Davis. He is through with no doubts. Going for the escape wall, up in 1, 46 seconds left. Joey Davis onto the Tarzan poles. He is dashing down that right side. Another competitor doing this speed technique, and it works for him. It's a little dangerous, but you know, it's the way to do it if you're confident in it, and Joey is always confident, and he is cleared again. He's not quite going to touch Smokey's 30-second time, but that is the 2nd fastest time at 29.22 seconds left on the clock. Very solid performance from him. We will see him alongside 16 others, 17 moving on. That is a new record far and away by 5. Incredible. Smokey, Joey, Fireball, Cobra, Strafe, Patty Freakin', Soul Reaper, Halo Fan, Patrilla Fan 4, Rog, Flame, Atlantic, Go Tanks, Killer Demand, Sane, and Hunter. All moving on. I have to do 2 stage transition musics because so many people cleared. Stage didn't really do a whole lot of damage. 9 step pillar fails, 6 in the tire pressure and the wire bridge, but really just a dominating performance by our field. But now we'll see how this record field takes on Stage 2. A few changes, not as much as Stage 1 though. It all begins with the beam flipper. The beam has been made a little narrower, but the corner jumps are a lot easier to make here on Halo Infinite with the air movement being made a lot easier to control. Then the donut climb has been made a lot tougher. Those jumps have been made a lot higher. So we'll see how our competitors handle that. And then they'll slide down the fireman's pole and take on the triple pole jump. Rolling objects also don't really work on Halo Infinite yet, so unfortunately, I had to say goodbye to the ball glider. Hopefully we'll see it back here at some point. But anyways, the triple pole jump, you make those 3 jumps to poles that get progressively smaller. Then take on the circle twist, jump your way around the 3 circles on those spokes, make the big transfers in between, then stick the ledge on Pandora's box, jump to the pole, and then you're on to the super launch. Another obstacle where the function of it has kind of changed. You now fly out of the mongoose at breakneck speed. You can't really control yourself landing on the platform as much. So that landing platform has been made a lot bigger to compensate. And then you're on to the supermarket, crawl your way around the 8 walls, and get to the end. And if you can do it in 2 minutes and 15 seconds, you are on to the 3rd stage.
Well, I only really cared about completing the diamond back, but when I finally beat it, I was like, oh, I could actually do this, and when I cleared, I was like, there's no way. But, you know, going to stage 2, I'm actually feeling kind of confident going into this. I think I can complete this, but, you know, it's not a guarantee. Any obstacle could take me out, but I think there's a possibility that I actually complete this stage.
Yeah, it was nice. I think it's a very fair and balanced tournament this time. It's hard, it's challenging, but if people practice, I feel like they should be able to clear and have some success. Stage 2, I think, takes a big jump here. It's going to be a little bit harder, but I think I'm ready, and as long as I don't time out, I think I'll be good to go. So hopefully I can go ahead and show the tournament what I'm made of.
I thought stage 1 was pretty good. I can't wait to do stage 2 and see how I do.
Stage 1, I'm not gonna lie, it was compared to the usual Irish tournament, it was actually pretty easy. You know, I had a bit of a scary bit or two doing it, but it was overall a clean run, I'd say. Going into stage 2, I'm just thinking about how just hot and sexy Rog's looking today, and how I want to get to the finish line to make him proud. And honestly, I'm really confident this tournament on stage 2, which I never really had in the past.
Stage 1, I've had a really good start to Halo Infinite, better than I was expecting, to be honest. Yeah, it was a pretty smooth run. Thankfully I cleared, and now I get back to stage 2. All you had to do was remove the last bloody obstacle. That's all you had to do.
Stage 1 felt alright. I was feeling a little nervous about some things at the start, but it sort of suddenly clicked together as I was going through it. I got a little nervous at the end, where I slowed down a little bit, but I managed to recover on it. Stage 2 I'm incredibly nervous for, because I rarely get here. So I'm just hoping I can just have everything connect in one piece and just get through it all quickly. And get enough time to deal with the things I'm struggling with.
Yeah, stage 1 was pretty smooth. I was really just worried about the wires there, but I was able to get through it. And, the rest of the obstacles, were very beatable, so I was able just to get through it, had plenty of time left, so very happy with the stage 1 performance. But, stage 2 here, definitely the time limits, it's cranking up a little bit. Certainly this Pandora's box here, I'm a little worried about that. A few other obstacles, but I'll give my best chance over here.
I don't even really remember how long it's been since I cleared last. Stage 1 was a solid run. I didn't make a single mistake that whole run. It was solid. Stage 2, I'm a little worried about the circle twist and the time overall, but it would be so amazing for me to get through again and to just get one more try at stage 3.
Well, feels pretty good getting past stage 1, especially after a very disappointing run last tournament. Going into stage 2 this tournament, I'm actually feeling more confident than I usually am with stage 2. I really do feel like I have a chance to get to stage 3 for the first time, but really it's going to come down to hitting my marks and making sure I don't have any major slip-ups.
Well, I mean, as we can tell from the amount of clears, obviously it wasn't the hardest stage 1 in the world, but even if it is a bit easier, it's still, there's still the mental game and the spiritual game, I guess you could say. I don't actually know what it means, but mental aspect is probably the hardest thing for me when it comes to stages. And this was just one of those times where it felt good, felt right, and everything came into tune. So now we're on stage 2, and we'll see how it goes. Regardless of what happens, I'm just kind of happy to be here.
It was really good to finally get that first stage out of the way, and I was definitely really nervous, but I was able to push through, and I'm excited to take on stage 2 and see how I could do on that.
Obviously, we're here on a brand new game, Halo Infinite. It feels great to clear stage 1 on the new game. I think the stage 1 was, it was a little easier this tournament, which I appreciate because, we gotta get into the new flow of Halo Infinite. But stage 2 is still scary as usual. I've had so many struggles with stage 2 in the past. I don't even want to think about how many times I failed it. So my goal is, as always, to beat it. I would love a shot at stage 3, but there's a lot of tough obstacles that I got to hone in on and really give it my best shot. So fingers crossed, I'll be hitting that buzzer at the end of the stage.
So stage 1, I honestly had no expectations for, so clearing was a pretty good surprise. And stage 2 on this course, as you know, I'm not very good at, so hopefully I can get my third clear out of 12. Probably won't happen, but hey, you never know.
Well, I think I speak for a lot of competitors getting their first experiences of Halo Infinite when I say my stage 1 was laggy. No, but in all seriousness, it was okay. It was actually pretty smooth. It was not a guarantee. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a good 3 obstacles I could have failed. So the fact I did it, I'm pretty happy with that. And I think because of that, I just don't really have any expectations for stage 2. It's a good start to Halo Infinite. Let's see what we can do.
For stage 1, first of all, I was really worried for the bungee bridge, as I like to call it, or the wall, but somehow I have made it back here. Stage 2, I really don't think it's like we're on a new game, so it's gonna be a bit different for me. So I don't think I'll clear this tournament, but if I somehow do, that'll be amazing. But hopefully I can just do my best and see what happens.
Stage 1 went pretty smooth. I don't think I had any slip-ups besides the last obstacle. I had like a little slip-up on that last jump. But besides that, stage 1 went as smooth as I thought it was going to go. Coming into stage 2, I'm not as confident as I was going into stage 1. There's definitely a few little jumps that I need to take a little slower to make sure I don't make a simple mistake. But I do feel semi-confident that I could get back to stage 3. The obstacle behind me is I'm a little worried for it, jumping onto that last peg. I think I'm going to do some save jumps just to make sure I don't slip off. And I think the only other thing that I'm going to really dial down on is jumping off that mongoose before I get onto the last obstacle. But besides that, feeling pretty confident, and we're going to see how stage 2 goes.
This new game has been very interesting so far. A lot of lag, but no, I pulled through that. Stage 2 here, not as worried about it as in previous tournaments. Obviously, I'm going for 10 stage 2 clears, which would be nice. Not focused on that right now, just want to beat this stage, get back to stage 3, and put up a good run.
All right, here we go with a record-setting field of competitors, 17 in all, including 5 people taking it on for their first time. This is probably the biggest surprise of the bunch. Halo fan, his first clear, I believe, on any course. He's not really done very well on this course beforehand, before this tournament, but he's here on stage 2, and he's moving smoothly here across the beam flipper. Those jumps are bigger at the end, and now you don't have the window at the end, you just have a big jump at the end. So, again, a couple minor tweaks to the beam flipper. He was able to figure those out, no problem, but now he's on to the donut climb. This obstacle is now super difficult. These jumps are very big, but he is figuring out the height very well, and he made no mistakes there, and that's really good. That obstacle, not only difficult, it can zap up some time if you're not careful, but he is through. First to take on the triple pole jump. First one was no problem. He gets caught on the second pole, and he comes up short. Halo fan not able to get a clean jump there, and unfortunately, that's the end of the road for him, but a really solid performance from him, considering, again, the form he had going into this tournament and the run he put on is very surprising and very good to see from a new up-and-coming jumper. As we're now on to number 26, this is Patty Freakin. He barely made it there on that second beam. He's kind of jumping left here, so a little bit of a different perspective here of the beam flipper. But Patty trying to make an impact, and he has done very well there on the beam flipper. 22 seconds. Again, anywhere in about the 20 to 25 range is pretty good. Patty unfortunately makes a mistake there on the donuts, but he is able to save it, but another one. And that's going to eat up some time, as you can see. You got to do a couple more jumps. He's made a third mistake. Patty, oh my god, a fourth! Patty has made multiple screw-ups, another mistake! Patty, holy cow, he's going to have to go full send here the rest of the way. He gets up, but he's down to just 84 seconds. Patty is going to need to motor through these remaining obstacles, but he's now into the triple pole jump. We had the pole jumps in tournaments 1 through 5, but there's now 3 of them. He's made the second one now for the third, the smallest pole, but he has full sent the whole thing. And now he is on to the circle cross. I said the circle cross for all stage 1. It's the circle twist. There's a lot of circles on this course. He gets onto the second one on this obstacle, and he's got 57 seconds left. He's made up a lot of time already, and he's on to the third. And he is going very fast here across this. And he is on that last peg, and he gets through, and he's about to the par time that you need to get through now all of a sudden with a very solid obstacles 3 and 4. He sticks Pandora's box and gets off of that. 38 seconds left. He's now climbing his way up. He's the first to take on this modified version of the super launch. It's very different. You got to jump early. Patty, oh, he gets helped by the mongoose, but he is still on, and he is on to the super mark with 24 seconds left. Plenty of time. And Patty, no! Oh my god, he runs off the second ledge. Patty was... Oh, it wasn't a guarantee. It was all dependent on how fast he did the last obstacle. But Patty, oh, he had such a good run. He made up so much time on obstacles 3 through 5. And he was back in position to clear. It was very scary there in the super launch. He slid forward, and that mongoose probably helped him. But he just turned too quick, did not get around the corner, and just runs off into the water. And that is truly a disappointment. I mean, just a great run from Patty, but he had a good enough performance there to warrant a stage 3, and unfortunately it will not happen today. But we're on to number 29. This is Sane the Legend. We got to see a bit of a different perspective there of his end of stage 1. Because, you know, he's streaming on Twitch while doing this run. Because, you know, I guess, you know, keep it interesting. But Sane now here on stage 2. Sane's been a really good jumper for a long time. Finally showing it here on this course. We'll see how far he can take it. Taking his time here a little bit on the beam flipper. 27 seconds through that. Not the worst pace, but again, you know, we saw from Patty, there's some time to be lost on this stage. There's a lot of time to be gained on certain obstacles. So we'll see if Sane can keep it moving here. He's making all these jumps so far on the donut climb. Just 1 to go. He's up on that top donut, and he is through. And now slides down the pole of realism, and now he's taking on the triple pole jump. Halo fan failed it. Patty cleared it. We'll see what Sane will do here. The first 2 were no problem. Going for the third, and he is across. And now 71 seconds left for Sane the Legend. Taking his time here a little bit for each of these jumps. He's going to get a save jump there on the 4th peg and now the 5th peg of that first set. He's down to a minute as he gets on to the second circle. And oh no, he slides off the second peg of the second circle. And Sane becomes the first victim of the circle twist on Halo Infinite. That is a tough scene, but a really solid performance from him. And hopefully one he can build on as well, as we're now on to number 31. This is Atlantic Champ. The first 3 competitors to go, all here for their first time. Atlantic's been here 11 previous times. Unfortunately, he has struggled with the stage, but he cleared it in Tournament 19. Not a whole lot different compared to Tournament 19, just the donut climb and the triple pole jump. But Chumpy, Atlantic Champ, is making his way through the beam with no real issues, and now he is on to the donut climb. A lot of ways to do this. We'll see what he does. Oh, he barely makes that third one. Backing up a little bit there for that 4th, trying to correct the near mistake that he made. But he is getting the height necessary. Very nice, and he is up top with a lot of time. 96 seconds left is a good pace. He semi-uses the pole of realism, which I appreciate. And now he's on to the triple pole jump. 1 is good. He failed the original pole jump back in Tournament 3, so it's got to be a little scary to do 3 of them in a row. But when you full send it like our competitors are doing so far, I guess it's not too bad, because, you know, it's... Oh my goodness! Oh, Chumpy, you can't fail the second jump of the circle twist, but unfortunately that's what he's done. And that's his 3rd time going down at the hands of the circle twist, and that is truly disappointing. Oh, I mean, he still had a long way to go, but to fail that early on that obstacle has got to be slightly dejecting there. But now we're on to number 32. This is Strafe Helix. He is searching for that first trip to the 3rd stage. He's only been in this era's stage 2 once, and that was in Tournament 16, where he put on a very respectable performance, went down at the hands of Pandora's box. But Strafe now making his way here across the beam flipper. doing pretty good there. Good pace through that. He is on to the donut climb. And he is climbing his way up. Onto the third, he bricks the jump to the fourth, falls down to the second. Chews up some time. And also can, potentially put your run in jeopardy if you can't save yourself on a one below. Strafe now appears to have gotten the rhythm down, and he gets up top. And now he slides down the pole and gets ready for the triple pole jump. Failed the ball glider back in Tournament 2, and that was a second place performance, but otherwise he only took on the ball glider in Tournament 16 after that. So again, an obstacle he's not seen much of. He didn't get to see it today, but he's through the triple pole jump, now onto the circle twist. He's already done better than Atlantic at this obstacle. And now he is jumping for that second circle. He is there. He's made the jump that Sane failed, although he's going in the other direction. And now 57 seconds left. He gets onto the third circle. Strafe Helix moving pretty good here. He's on the end and goes for the dismount, and he is off. 47 seconds left. This is the obstacle that took him out in 16. Strafe gets a save jump, going for the pole, going for the dismount, and he has gotten through. It's a personal best for Strafe, but he's just 2 obstacles away from the third stage. Can Strafe Helix get to the finish line? First things first, super launch. He's gotten it. Very nicely done, and he is on to the supermarket. 25 seconds left. That's pretty good. This obstacle is not a guarantee, though. We saw Patty screw up on the easier section. This is the end of the easier section now. The last 4 walls are a little tougher to get around. A lot less room to work. He's got 2 walls to go. 10 seconds left. Strafe gets around that 7th wall. Coming to the last one. He is there. Jumps up. Kind of bonks himself a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Strafe Helix, after so long, 19 appearances it took him, but Strafe Helix has done what we all know he's been capable of doing. He's finally made it to the third stage of Irish Warrior, and that is awesome to see. 3.70 seconds left. Good mix of going fast and taking your time where you needed to. That one mistake on the donut climb did not end up costing him, and that is great. Awesome to see Strafe Helix on stage 3. I'm really looking forward to seeing that later on. But now we have his countryman, Soul Reaper 1025. We'll see how far he can go. Last time he was here was all the way back in Tournament 3, where he went down at the hands of the wall climb. If he would have been here as recently as 2 tournaments ago, he would have gotten a rematch with the wall climb, but unfortunately that is gone again. We'll see if it makes a 3rd appearance on the course here at some point down the road. But anyway, Soul taking on the beam flipper, and a little slow and cautious, but he is through. And now on to the donut climb. If he gets through this, it is a personal best. He walks around that second donut. And now it looks like he's just staying on the front end there of each of these, as he is up to donut number 5. And now 6. Jumping up to the 7th. 1 more to go up to that yellow one. And he falls off, and he touches the support pole, but it doesn't matter anyway. He could not save himself, and Soul Reaper is the first ever victim of the donut climb. Just couldn't get up to that 8th one and just got rejected off to the side. And oh, someone did a dolphin hop and had their dead body land on the platform. Not really sure who that was, but anyways, it's now Double Ump's turn, hoping to keep his 100% record here on Stage 2. He is the only competitor to have that honor at this point, because this Stage 2 is just insanely difficult, as we've seen across the tournaments. But is going to skip almost that entire 3rd beam and get through in 20 seconds. Really solid here from and now he is on to the donut climb. Just took out Soul Reaper. He's on to the 5th. Jumping up here to the 6th. Each of these jumps are the same, but none of them are easy. This is the jump just took out Soul, but it will not take out Double Ump. And now the first Spartan Sasuke Grand Champion. And he's got so many accolades, it's not even funny at this point. But is now making his way across the triple pole jump. First 2 were no problem, going for the 3rd, and he is across. 80 seconds left as he's now on to the circle twist. Looks like he is speeding his way across this. No crouches or save jumps or anything yet. On the first set, he gets onto the second one. Going pretty smooth here. This is impressive. Gets his first save jump there on the last peg of circle number 2, but he gets on to the 3rd one, jumping his way around, and he's at the end, gets another save jump, but he is through. 52 seconds left. He's on to Pandora's box. He was worried about this, and he was right to be. Double Ump, he jumps into the wall there, and unfortunately can't make the landing there on the ledge of Pandora's box. As you can see here, he pulls left too fast and just doesn't get a clean landing on the ledge. Kind of just hits the corner there between the front of the wall and the right side of the wall. And that is unfortunate, but still a really solid performance from Ump. Great to see him back on stage 2. Hopefully he can make his return trip to third stage in the next tournament. In the meantime, we have Petrillo Fam 4. He's got a pretty solid record on this stage, 7 out of 11, but he's so desperate to get back to stage 3. He's not been back there since tournament 16 when he was just 2 jumps away from the final stage. And that ended his 7 tournament streak of getting to the third stage. He failed the ball glider in 17, 3 stage 1 fails in a row, but now he's back here in tournament 21, onto the third donut of the donut climb, and an obstacle that he has not gotten to attempt before, and he's failed to jump to the 5th, but he falls down to the 3rd, and he is okay. And now Petrillo Fam climbing up these donuts and up to the 8th. Didn't really lose his composure too much there. It cost him a little bit of time, but he's still got 90 seconds left. That's not terrible at this point. Petrillo onto the triple pole jump. First one is good. Second one is good. Going for the 3rd, and he is there. He got 1 obstacle away from the original pole jump back in tournament 5, but he went down at the hands of the ball glider in that tournament. So first time taking on a pole jump, but he is through, and now he's going smoothly here across the circle twist. This is his first time taking on the buffed version of the circle twist with the larger transfers, because he missed the jump onto it in tournament 17, and that was the tournament in which the ball glider circle twist combo was unveiled, and now it's gone again because of rolling objects. But he is through the circle twist. 50 seconds left, going for Pandora's box. Petrillo gets a good jump onto it. This obstacle just took out Ump Double Ump. It will not take out Pedro, and now he is climbing his way up to the super launch. 40 seconds left on the clock. Pedro going for the dismount, and he is onto the platform, and he's got 32 seconds left. He's got plenty of time. Petrillo just needs to avoid a mistake, and he should be home free. He's going forward that 3rd wall, gets around, not sprinting here between the walls, which will cost him some time, but he's saved up some time here on some of the other obstacles. 15 seconds to go. He gets around number 6. Coming to the 7th, he is taking his time here, really milking that clock, but that is what the benefit is of going fast on some of the earlier obstacles. And it was a very slow trip through the supermarket, but it doesn't matter. Petrillo Fam 4 is back to the 3rd stage for the first time since tournament 16. We'll see if he has just begun a new 3rd stage streak in the tournaments to come, but that was a very good performance from Petrillo. It appears the old school Petrillo Fam may be back. I say old school, but it was just like a few tournaments ago, but I digress. Awesome job there by Pedro. He will join Strafe here in the 3rd stage. And this man would love to join them. RPG 445, he got so close 2 tournaments ago. Went down at the hands of the supermarket. I'm sure he can feel the pain of Patty, of what he saw earlier him do. Rog made a very similar mistake later on in the supermarket in tournament 19, but Rog moving very fast there through the beam flipper, only 18 seconds, and now he is on to the donut climb. He is making quick turns and going up with urgency. Rog looks like he might be trying to save time here on the remaining obstacles, and 104 seconds at the top of the donut climb is very impressive. I believe that's the best so far. And now Rog onto the triple pole jump. Second one is good. And now going for the 3rd, Rog is there. And now he is on to the circle twist. This obstacle took him out in tournament 17. That was the tournament in which it went to the super buffed version. He failed that jump onto the 3rd circle. It is a big jump. He's going to get a save jump there on the 2nd to last peg of circle 2. This is the jump, but he gets that. It was no problem for him in tournament 19 either. Rog, though, moving at a very solid pace. You want to have about 45 to 50 here before the last 3 obstacles. He got there with a minute left, and he sticks the ledge on Pandora's box, going for the pole, going for the dismount. He's across, 50 seconds left, climbing the stairs up to the super launch. Mongoose turns red again. I really don't know what the deal is with mongooses, but Rog, can he land the island? Yes, he can. Rog with an absolute eternity here for the supermarket. Let's hope that this is what he needs to get to the buzzer. 33 seconds left with 6 walls to go. Rog, he's not going to get a speed record or anything, but he could clear with a very fast time. This is a very impressive run we're seeing from Rog. He gets around the 6th wall, which he couldn't 2 tournaments ago. Coming to the 7th, he is shooting. He feels it coming, just 1 wall left. He gets around, and he gets the buzzer. And RPG 445, just like Strafe Helix, the 19th appearance is the one that got it done for him. RPG 445 moving on to stage 3 for his first time. Way to go, Rog.
Gaming.
We are gaming indeed, Flame.
Oh.
How long?
Jesus.
Rago.
Oh my god.
Yes, let's go!
Let's go! Rock just
Rock
set the
party,
all.
let's
Oh
f***ing
my
go!
god.
Oh, it was an act. I thought
Rog
when you said
party.
20, I thought you meant the 20 minutes of practice.
Let's f***ing go, Irish. About time I
Let's
cleared
go.
this stage 2. Let's go!
Hey.
Gamer.
That's what's up, Rog. Where you go, man?
Gamer. Rock, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
now to watch Smokey's video.
Well, that was an awesome run by Rog. Great to see the emotion come out of him. Also, that kind of put a date reference of when that run happened, because Flame was getting ready to watch Halo Ninja Warrior Tournament 25 Episode 2. In the meantime, we have Spenny37. First time here on Stage 2, the 4th of the 5 here, taking it on for his first time. I know how happy he was to get here. We'll see if he can make the most of this opportunity. Killer moving pretty good here across the beam flipper, and he's through in reasonably good time. Now on to the donuts. We've only seen Soul go down here, but we've seen a lot of competitors make mistakes here to chew up some time. But these jumps are not to be taken lightly. And he almost backed off that 6th donut. That was a little weird. And he misses the jump to the 8th. That is unfortunate. Oh, almost walked in the hole of the 7th one. Gets up to the 8th. A little scary there, but he gets up top. 87. Not the most time in the world, but still should be fine. And now it is Killer's turn to take on the triple pole jump. 2nd one is no problem. Going for the 3rd, and he is there. And Killer to man. Now on to the circle twist. He is going left here, and he's overshot! He's made the same mistake as Chumpy, but going the other side. That is unfortunate, but still a very solid run from Killer. One he should be proud on, and hopefully one he can build going forward. In the meantime, we have number 42, Go Tanks. And another very interesting intro. We got Smokey, Joey, and Fireball. They did the conga line around Go Tanks doing his usual intro. This is a big moment for Go Tanks. He's had a lot of success on Stage 2 on Halo Ninja Warrior. We'll see if he can make the most of this Stage 2 run here on Irish Warrior. Took a lot of time there, though, on that first beam. He's being very cautious on this obstacle. Does not want to become the first person to fail this obstacle this tournament. But it might hurt him down the line, as he's already taken up 25 seconds, and he's still got a couple jumps left to go here. He gets that last jump, sets up for the dismount. That took him 32 seconds. That's far and away the longest it's taken anyone to beat the first obstacle so far. But Go Tanks, again, not known for his speed. This could be troublesome, but we'll see if he can get up these donuts clean. He's up to number 5, up to 6, up to 7, one more to go, and he gets up a clean donut climb. He's at 83 seconds, so not the worst time in the world, but he's going to have to move, and that he took a lot of time there setting up here for the triple pole jump. First one, no problem. Going for the 2nd. He crouches and gets a slide and can't get the jump off. Again, you don't have to full send this obstacle. You can stick each pole and then easily make the jump to the end, but unfortunately when you crouch and don't get a clean jump off like that, it becomes just like a death sentence as you fall down to the water. Still a great tournament from Go Tanks, and now we have at number 45 his pal doing the conga line intro there with him. It is Smokey Massacre. Smokey has really struggled with this stage. Only 3 out of 13 on this stage. So we'll see if Smokey can get that 4th trip to the 3rd stage here today. First obstacle was very smooth, and now he is climbing up the donuts. Smokey had just an insane run on the first stage. We saw a lot of them, but 30 seconds left on stage 1. He showed a lot of speed. We'll see if he shows similar speed here on the 2nd stage. Up the donuts with no real issues, And now he is also going to stop and take a second to set up here for the triple pole jump. First one is good. Second one is no problem. Going for the third. And Smokey's across the new obstacle. Now on to the circle twist. The obstacle he landed on top of to end his tournament last time. Thankfully, he can't do that anymore because Ball Glider is gone for now. Will it come back? We'll see. But in the meantime, Smokey moving pretty good here. 65, and he lands the third circle. And now working his way around. Gets a safe jump there on that last peg and gets off. 55 seconds left for Smokey Massacre. Lands the ledge there on Pandora's box. Goes for the pole, goes for the dismount. Climbing on up. Ooh, he misses a stair there, but he's still got plenty of time in hand. As long as he can land the island on the super launch. He's failed it once before. Can Smokey land it today? Yes, he can. Very solid there. 32 seconds left for Smokey Massacre. Plenty of time left. He will get past that wall that Patty could not. And now he is through 4 walls. 22 seconds left. Taking a lot of time there on that 5th wall. Really taking this cautious. We've seen a couple people do this. I don't know, new game, people are just more afraid of the supermarket or what's going on. He's taking an eternity on the last wall. Holy cow. And wow, nothing appeared rushed or urgent with that last obstacle. But you know what? It doesn't matter. He still got to the end with 4.24 seconds left. I guess Smokey just used all of his speed on stage 1 and the first 6 obstacles because, man, he did that supermarket slow. But didn't want to make any mistakes. And he will be moving on to stage 2 for the 4th time in his career. And that is an awesome thing to see from Smokey Massacre. And now at number 46, Flame looks like he's punching a gun off the platform. Okay, not sure how that got there, but that's one way to intro, I guess. Flame has really kind of found some form here on stage 2. He only has 2 clears to show for himself, but he's had some deep runs in recent tournaments, so we'll see. Oh! Lag, thankfully. Oh my goodness, I thought he just walked off that second beam. That would have been a very upsetting way to see him go out, especially after I talked some praises for him on how he's gotten better at stage 2. Of course, he failed the beam flipper in tournament 14. It is no match for him today, though, here in tournament 21. No multiples of 7 curses or anything going on with the beam flipper, thankfully. But Flame now up to the 4th donut. Taking his time setting up each of these jumps. He does not want to burn the time to make more jumps than he needs to, which, again, is smart. But, again, you'll have to show some urgency in the later obstacles. But 90 seconds at the top of that, not too bad. He's now on to the triple pole jump. First one is good. He's seen Go Tanks and Halo Fan fail that second one. That's no problem. Now going for the smallest pole. The third one, he is through. Now, Flame with 72 seconds left on the clock as he's now making his way across the circle. Twist. Oh, no! He falls off the last peg of the first circle, and unfortunately, the obstacle that took him out in Tournament 12 is taking him out here in Tournament 21. And the circle twist is just racking up the fails. That is unfortunate. But we now have number 47, Hunter Unit 751. Kind of hard to believe this is the first time he's cleared consecutive stage 1s in this era. This era has not treated him too kindly, at least on stage 1. That said, stage 2, he's kind of turned into a new man because he really struggled with the era 1 and 2 stage 2. And now he has a 50-50 record, hoping to get to the right side of the coin here on the Era 3 Stage 2. Beam Flipper was no problem. Now he's on to the donut climb. He would love to join his fellow countryman, Stray Felix, his good pal, his real-life Ninja Warrior training buddy. That'd be awesome to see. Of course, the infamous 2 Brits moment from Halo Ninja Warrior Tournament 23. We'll see if we get a reenactment of that if Hunter can get to the finish line here in the next 89 seconds as he is on the triple pole jump. First one is good. Going for the second one. Not the cleanest jump off of it, but still okay. Going for the third, he is across. 78 seconds left as he is now on to the circle twist. Hunter looks like he's just facing one direction and just controlling himself in midair. That is, again, a different way to do it, but that is perfectly fine as long as you make all the jumps. And, oh no! Just as I say that, he does not make a jump. He misses the jump to the 4th peg on the second circle. He's come one jump short of the jump he failed back in Tournament 17. That is unfortunate. Hunter's second time going down at the circle twist, and we're up to 5 fails at the hands of that obstacle now as we move on to number 48, Cobra. Got a weird slide in that first pull. Cobra 3 of 5 on stage 2. We'll see if he can put on another solid performance here today. He's going quickly, not showing the crazy urgency he showed in the later Halo 5 tournaments, but still through the beam flipper in good pace as he is now onto the donut climb. He completely shanks the jump. Oh no, Cobra is out so early. The jump from 1 to 2 on the donut climb, he just jumps so far out, does not get any lift going upwards. It's a completely different obstacle. It's a different technique, but it's like the same thing he did on the castle wall in Tournament 18, where he just jumped way out, did not get the height necessary to get up onto that second donut. And wow, Cobra with the worst performance so far in stage 2. That is unfortunate. But now we have it. Number 49, Fireball ZXZ. Fireball here for the 12th time. Another competitor who has a very solid record on this stage. He has not failed this stage in this era. He is 5 for 5 on it. And the first obstacle is no problem there. And he got through in a very fast pace. And now he is taking on the donuts. He will not pull a Cobra there, thankfully. And now he's up to number 5, the 6th, the 7th. One more to go. He's up top. 102 seconds. Very good pace for the first 2 obstacles. Gets the slide down. Kind of goes through the keyhole there a little bit. Didn't really use that platform before. But again, Fireball is a man of speed usually. He's not shown it much lately on this stage, but he's moving fast now. 87 seconds. Getting ready to go for the circle twist. You've seen 5 people, though, fail this obstacle. This obstacle definitely not one to be taken lightly here today. But he is on to that second one. And now working around here. He's gotten past Hunter. Going for the 3rd circle. He is there. One more to go. He's on the 3rd, 4th, 5th peg. Sticks it. Going for the dismount. And he's there. 62 seconds left before Pandora's box. He is flying through this stage. He sticks the ledge here on Pandora's box and gets off of it. 53 seconds left. Fireball needs to land that super launch, and then we could be on pace for our very fast time. First things first, Fireball, yes! And he is now on to the supermarket with 40 seconds left. That is almost unheard of. The fastest clear time ever is 28.5 from Joey Davis all the way back in Tournament 9. I don't think Fireball's going to get that. In fact, he hasn't. But Fireball on pace to get the new second fastest, and he is just flying through this obstacle, through this stage. Just an incredible performance from Fireball. 19.59. Just missed that 20-second barrier, but even then, just super solid. Well done by Fireball. He has truly earned his trip to the 3rd stage, and that is 3 tournaments in a row for him. But now, just one man left to go on stage 2. It is the Apex JD. I didn't even mention his gamertag, I don't think, on stage 1. I can't really remember, though. But yeah, he changed the gamertag again in case it wasn't obvious. But anyways, Joey Davis on stage 2. And by the way, this is a gamertag I actually like. So, you know, congratulations, Joey. You found one I do not hate. But Joey hoping to get to this 3rd stage for his 10th time. He's been so good on stage 2. And it looks like he is just going side to side here up the donuts. This is a little dangerous, but he is flying up this obstacle. 107 at the top. The fastest pace so far. Very solid by Joey Davis. And now he is going for the triple pole jump. First 2, no issues. Going for that smallest pole in the 3rd. He is across that. 91 seconds left. He is on to the circle twist, and he is skipping pegs. This is impressive. It's a little dangerous, but it looks like Joey has found a technique that works for him, trying to take advantage of that air control of the new game as he is on to the 3rd pole and now the 5th of the 2nd circle. Going for the 3rd one, he is there. Now just a couple jumps left if he does the skips, which it looks like he is going to keep doing. Gets some save jumps here, which costs him maybe a little bit of time, but he's still got a minute as he's going for the left side of Pandora's box. Took him out in Tournament 13, but no match there. He gets through that. And now Joey climbing the stairs, 50 seconds left. He's on a similar pace to Fireball, but let's see if he can land the super launch. Joey Davis. Yes, he can. Oh my goodness, the Mongoose did like a full front flip there. And you know, the Mongoose is kind of weird. It sometimes explodes when it hits the ground, sometimes it doesn't. It's weird because it's landing in a death barrier. You'd think it would explode. I digress. I'm not sure why I'm worried about that. Joey's got 4 walls to go, 27 seconds. He is looking really good. Just 2 walls left, taking his time here a little bit, so he's not going to get to Fireball's time, but it will be another very solid Stage 2 performance as Joey will become just the second competitor to ever reach 10 Stage 2 clears. 16.79 is a very, very good run there by Joey Davis. And he will join the field of others. We'll have 6 in total, which ties the record mark on Stage 2. We had Fireball, Joey, Rog, Pedro, Smokey, and Strafe all moving on, but unfortunately did see 11 Stage 2 fails. But now we have 6 moving on to take on the third stage. And this third stage has been truly difficult in this era. A few modifications to some obstacles and a few new things. All beginning with the discus throw. The discuses are a little bigger, but the jumps themselves are not easy and you slide around a lot more, so that obstacle will still be very difficult. Precision pyramid, the jumps have been made bigger. Those jumps are now 28 feet in distance between each pole, so it should be a little tougher to get the distance correct on each one of those jumps. And then you take on the infinity rings, those jumps are a little different, and then you're onto the Giga Cliffhanger. This obstacle's been so tough and it's now even harder. None of the thicker ledges are there anymore, and these corner wraps are back. Not quite to tournament 12 through 15 spec, but almost no room to work with sticking out of the ledge. And the ledges themselves, you don't have the thicker ledges. They are just the same uniform width, each of the ledges. That crazy jump has also been made significantly more difficult. If you can make the final corner, you have defeated the 13 ledges from hell, but you still have 3 obstacles in your way. Castle wall, you can no longer spring jump, but all those jumps are still difficult. But then you have 2 new challenges to get to the final stage, and the first of them is the scrambled eggs. 4 little egg things you have to jump your way through, make perfect frog jumps to get onto the pole, and then take on the final obstacle, the swap winder. Each of these jumps are the same distance out. You just have to make a 180-degree corner jump. The problem is that the support walls get thicker as you go, so you must jump farther out, left or right, to then bring yourself back, then get yourself onto the final support bar, and then make that final jump. And if you can get there, you will be climbing for total victory on the final stage.
Stage 2, I personally wasn't expecting to beat it, but I guess I did. But yeah, I'm on Stage 3 now. What I want to do, beat this obstacle behind me. Best obstacle ever invented.
I'm usually a very optimistic guy, but I can say with almost certainty that I don't think the final stage is going to happen this time. But I'm going to try and go as far as I possibly can. I think on a good run, I can get to at least the castle wall. But it's Stage 3, man. Any obstacle can take you out here. Any jump, any half second that you're not completely focused could do me in. So I am looking forward to finally taking this on again. It's been far too long, and hopefully I do well.
I think if my reaction of beating Stage 2 is anything to go by, I'm just happy to be here. Really, when it comes to Stage 3, I just want to try to get as far as I can. Would love to get to the cliffhanger if possible. Take it one jump at a time, do the best I can. Just see how it goes.
It feels so good to get by Stage 2. Last tournament, the way I went on Stage 2 was one of the most disappointing runs on any jumping course I've ever had. Because I did feel good on that Stage 2, and I failed in a way that I didn't even think was possible. So that sucked. But now I'm back on Stage 3. I can't believe this is only my 4th time on Stage 3. That just shows how much I have struggled with Stage 2 in the past. But hopefully I can keep this going in tournaments to come. But for this tournament, my goal, I got to get to the cliffhanger, and I need to give myself a good shot at beating it. I want to at least make that first corner jump and get a shot at that big transition to the third wall. We'll see what happens, but my goal is to get to the cliffhanger, beat that first corner jump. If I am not able to do that, you know, it'll hurt a little bit, but I can't be too mad because I am here on Stage 3. So
Stage 2 went smoother than I thought. I was going into it a little nervous about a few obstacles, but you know, I took my time. And all of them went pretty smooth. I had a nice dismount on the mongoose moving into the last obstacle. So stage 2 was moving pretty quick, cleared with quite a bit of time, and now we're on to stage 3. Stage 3 is always my goal every tournament. That's what I want to do. Going into this stage, I've got progressively more nervous for the obstacles. Obviously, it's a little bit more difficult. I always usually feel comfortable on stage 3, but this obstacle behind me, man, run a new game. Still trying to get the mechanics down on how to do certain jumps, and this transfer behind me is absolutely ridiculous. So my goal is to get to the transfer. I would love to beat it. I feel like I can get pretty far if I do beat this transfer. But we're gonna see what happens, and hopefully I get to the cliffhanger.
Stage 2, that run actually felt really clean, especially compared to Stage 1. Going into Stage 3, though, I have not beaten the stage once in practice, but I know I can do all these obstacles, and I mean, if I beat the stage, that'll be 4 in a row, which is insane to think about, but I'm just focused on beating the cliffhanger right now, and we'll go from there if I beat it, but I'm glad to get here in the first Halo Infinite tournament, and I'm not sick this time. So yay.
Well, let's see what happens here with 6 competitors ready to take on the first third stage on Halo Infinite of Irish Warrior. And the first man to go is Strafe Helix. We've seen him get off to a flying start on Halo Infinite. We saw him on Abs get to stage 2, the only person to do so, and get a first place finish there. See what Strafe can do here. Discus throw, he gets a swing of the sword, but gets that 5th discus, and he is through the first obstacle. 6 to go. Strafe Helix will now take on the Precision Pyramid. One of just 2 obstacles now to be in every tournament. He is full sending this. Holy cow! This is super dangerous. No one has ever gone for this before. He sticks the 6th one, gets a couple save jumps. Probably good, probably smart. But Strafe, that was super bold. Holy cow. Anyways, Strafe thankfully is through that, and now going for the Infinity Rings. This obstacle looks a lot different because the rings are not nearly as thick as you heard. I guess I'm sorry. They're a lot thicker than they were before, so the jumps are a lot farther, but the rings themselves are spaced out a little bit more because of the thickness. As he's on to the 5th, by the time I've already gotten my spiel out about this obstacle, Strafe, thankfully not put off by my awkward commentary about the Infinity Rings. He is on to the Giga Cliffhanger. We will see how this goes. He's made the 2nd jump, jumping up to the 3rd. Now this drop to the narrower ledge. This is how it was back in the day, but he is up now to the 5th ledge, and now this first corner. This is very difficult. We will see if Strafe can pull this off. Strafe goes for it, and he clips off the ledge. Strafe unable to land the first corner wrap, and he becomes the newest victim of that jump that has just become so infamous at this point on the course. Strafe, unfortunately, looks like he just maybe jumped a little too wide. He had the distance about right, but he just couldn't quite bring himself far enough to the left to at least try and get a save jump on that ledge. But still a great tournament for him. And now 5 left to go. And now we have Petrillo Fam 4. We have seen him have some success on this stage in his last few appearances. Well, most notably Tournament 16, he gets the drop on the discus throw. Tournament 16, he was just 2 jumps away from beating the stage, but now a lot of new stuff that he's got to take on. But he is also full sending the Precision Pyramid. This could be the new technique here for this game. This is surprising, but Petrillo is through. And now he is on to the Infinity Rings. This is his first time taking on this obstacle. Didn't get to take it on Halo 5, and now it is much different. But obviously with the air control, these jumps would be almost impossible on Halo 5, but with the air control, they're now about the same difficulty as the Halo 5 version. Petrillo is through the Infinity Rings, and now onto the Giga Cliffhanger. He has struggled with this obstacle in the past. He's just 1 of 4 on it. We will see if Petrillo can get another clear here. Here's the drop. He gets a save jump. He is stuck the 4th ledge. Jumping up to the 5th, and now it's time for the jump. He just watched Strafe fail this. He failed this jump back in Tournament 12, and Pedro slashes his sword, and he is out. The first corner took him out in Tournament 12, and it's gotten him again in Tournament 21. And unfortunately, Petrillo fam jumped too far out and he couldn't bring himself back. And unfortunately, oh man, he looked like he got around the wall perfectly fine, but unfortunately, it is not enough for Petrillo to be on to the second phase of the cliffhanger. But a good bounce back tournament for him. Hopefully we'll see more from him in tournaments to come. And now we have Rago making his first appearance here on Stage 3. We will see how he can do here. Rog taking his time here on the discus throw. This obstacle is so infamous for taking out good competitors in the past. Here comes the drop. Rog gets a slide and he gets a save jump. That was very close to being disastrous. But he is okay, and he is through the first obstacle, shooting his pistol there. And now he's got 6 obstacles left to go. And he is also full sending the precision pyramid. This appears to be the new technique that is just absolutely getting abused. And Rog is through. I buffed this obstacle, but it's not looking that way. But anyways, Rog onto the infinity rings. He is walking, trying to get as far up on the ring as possible before going for each jump. That is a different technique. You know, you can do whatever here, just as long as you make the jumps. And he is on to the third. A few more left to go. Setting himself up, going for 4. He is there. And now, edging himself off a little bit here as he goes for the 5th. He is there. Just 1 more left to go. Rog. And no, he doesn't get around enough, and Rog is out on the final transfer on the infinity rings. We have not seen anyone fail this obstacle since Matt in tournament 18. That is unfortunate, but it is a very difficult obstacle. Rog, it almost was a disaster from the start. He got a great save jump on the discus throw. Did not join the exclusive discus throw club. And here on the infinity rings, he was getting up towards basically as far as he could on each one of these jumps. But then on this jump from 5 to 6, it appears he just didn't get a full jump off, and he just couldn't get far enough around and back in to land on that 6th ring. And that is unfortunate, but still really solid tournament from Rog. Great to see him get a personal best, and we'll see what he can do going forward. But now 3 competitors left. And now we have Smoky Massacre. I talked about the Discus Throw Club. The last time he was here, he joined it in Tournament 16. He needs to get revenge here. First things first. Smoky, much cleaner landing that 5th one. And he is through. That has already got to be a big weight lifted off of his shoulders. We heard him, say he has high hopes for this stage and this run. We'll see what he can do. He is full sending this as well. The precision pyramid is absolutely getting just destroyed right now by just full sends. And now Smokey taking on the infinity rings. Just watch Rog fail this. This is his first time taking on this obstacle. But he is handling it well so far. He gets the jump to the 5th. Now the jump that Rog failed. All these jumps are the same, but none of them are easy. Smokey lands the 6th, and he is through. And now it's him versus the Giga Cliffhanger. Took him out in Tournament 14. We'll see what he can do here. He failed the downward drop that jumped to the 4th ledge. And after that tournament, it was nerfed. But now it's been buffed for this tournament. Smokey lands the 4th ledge. That is the best for him in this era. But now this first corner, it's already taken out Strafe and Petrillo. Smokey gets a save jump, and he is good. He is on the 2nd phase of the Giga Cliffhanger. That is a big moment because he's the best run we've seen so far. And the 2 lateral jumps, no match for him. And Smokey now facing these 2 upward jumps. First one, no problem. Setting himself up, going forward. The 2nd, he doesn't get it. He clips off the wall, and Smoky Massacre is out on the 2nd upward jump of the Giga Cliffhanger. That is unfortunate. A solid run from Smokey. He got the corner jump. He had a really good technique, got a very solid save jump on that small ledge. But then these upward jumps, they're not easy. This 2nd one is a huge jump. And unfortunately, it looked like he just couldn't jump out far enough. Could not match the height and the distance needed to get up onto that ledge. But now we're down to 2, and now it's Fireball. This is his 8th time on Stage 3, 6th in this era. Fireball lands so smooth there on the 5th disc of the discus throw, and he is now on to the precision pyramid. And he will join the full send, club all aboard the send train on this. He's getting a little bit of crouches there on each of the downward ones, but it's no match for Fireball. And he is now going full speed racer across this. He did this on Halo 5, and he is doing it here again on Infinite. Man, Fireball is just torching this stage, and it looks like he's actually stopping now as I'm saying that. Word on the street is that his song ended, and he's now changing the song. So we'll see how that works out for him as he makes the first lateral jump, first upward jump on the cliffhanger, dropping down to the 4th. He makes that, going up to the 5th, and now this first corner has not been easy. Can Fireball get it? Jumps, gets a save jump. He is on the second face. First across lateral jump is good. And now the second one, he is there. Now he cannot do his triple jump anymore because the spring jumping being taken out of Infinite. So now he's got to do this the traditional way. One is good. The second one is good too. Going for the drop. This took him out last time, but he is there. And now this crazy jump has been made much tougher. This is a big jump. Fireball. Oh, yes. He gets it. And Fireball now just has one corner to go. It took him out in Tournament 17. He is taking a second to soak in the moment. Fireball with just one corner to go, going in the other direction. Can he get it? Fireball gets a save jump. He has stuck it. He was the first to beat the cliffhanger on 5, and now he's done it on Infinite.
I'm gonna be honest, I did that one time in practice.
You got this. Now you did twice.
Now I just have to do the first jump, and if I fall...
Just get the first jump and you're fine.
Focus. Second.
Interesting to hear Fireball discussing technique there. He really needs this jump, and he's gotten it. Fireball thinks that if he made that jump, he can save himself on any of the pegs going forward. We've seen it in the past. I mean, a lot of people make mistakes. It's not a given, though. It's hard to save yourself. The best way to do it is just not make mistakes, and that's what Fireball's doing right now. He did fail this obstacle back in Tournament 15 on the jump to the 3rd peg, and he couldn't save himself then, but he's looking good. Just one more jump to go, and he'll be onto the scrambled eggs, and he is there. Fireball will be the first to take this on. 4 eggs, and he lands the first and runs off. That is unfortunate. Fireball with such a great run, but he is dispatched in the back half of Stage 3 again. It's the new scrambled eggs that got him. He got the upward jump as well as the drop down that took him out in the last tournament. This crazy jump is insanely tough, and Fireball just barely clings on, gets a good save jump to land it. And then this final corner, it took him out before, and these corners have been tough today. We saw 2 people go down in the first corner, but Fireball made that second corner no issues. But then here on the scrambled eggs, he landed the first one, which is awesome, but then he just didn't get a jump off. He just walked forward too far, could not get the frog jump necessary to go for the second egg. And that is the end of Fireball's day, but a very solid performance again. I would just love to see Fireball get back to the final stage at some point, and maybe that'll be the next tournament. But now, one man left to go, and it is Joey Davis, hoping to somehow make it 4 finals in a row. Can he do it? He is off on his favorite obstacle in the whole wide world. He loves this obstacle. He was the first to ever member of the discus throw club in Tournament 10, but he is okay there. And Joey Davis shoots at that obstacle. He just loves it. It's his best friend in the whole wide world. And now looks like he is going to also full send the precision pyramid. It is a shame, because I do love this obstacle, but it is what it is. Our competitors have just dominated that, and now he is on to the Infinity Rings. On to the 3rd, no problems here. Taking a second here before each of these jumps. He lands the 4th ring. Now going here for the 5th, brings himself back in nicely. Just one more to go. He bounces off the support wall, but he is still alive. That was very, very dangerous. But Joey Davis getting a save jump on the first ledge. That's not really where you're supposed to be having trouble, but he is there. And now onto the 2nd, going up to the 3rd, and now the drop down to the 4th ledge. Joey is there, jumping up to the 5th now, and he is now getting ready for this first corner wrap. It's given him trouble in the past. Can Joey make it? He is taking his sweet time here. I don't blame him. Joey gets a save jump. He is there. And now the first lateral jump, no match for him. Can he get the 2nd? Yes, he can. And now he's got the 2 upward jumps. First one, no problem. The second one took him out in tournament 16. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Now he's got to set himself up for the big drop. And he's good. And now the crazy jump. He's running into the wall, getting a double jump, and he has made it with room to spare. Very interesting technique, but it's worked out for him. And now just 1 corner to go. Joey lands the ledge, and Joey will beat the cliffhanger again. That is so impressive. This cliffhanger is brutally difficult, but Joey, now 4 tournaments in a row, is through it. Every time Joey has beaten the cliffhanger, he has made it all the way to the final. But the road to the final is so difficult now with 2 new obstacles if he gets up the castle wall. Joey Davis. He can no longer spring jump this obstacle. It is all down to his ability to perfect crouch here. Can he pull these off? Taking some time here on that first peg. Going to the second, he is there. Joey up to the 3rd. Hard to believe, 10 stage 3 appearances, hoping to make it a record-breaking 4th final. He falls off the 4th, but he gets a good save jump on the 2nd ledge, and he is still alive. Joey now gets the 4th peg. He seems to always find his place to make a mistake here. But, it doesn't matter as long as you stay on that wall. Again, you cannot fall off the wall. If you go back to the platform, you are out. But he is on to the 6th, up to the 7th. Just 1 more to go, and he will have a crack at the scrambled eggs. And he is up top. Here he goes. This just took out Fireball, but he is full sending this. This is super dangerous, but Joey has made all those jumps in a row, and he is onto the swap winder, the last obstacle. First corner, he is good, and now you gotta make these very difficult transitions. It's like a crazy cliffhanger jump. Joey lands the second one, gets a good save jump. Now the second one, it's a little wider, and Joey comes off, and that ends the tournament. Joey becomes the first victim of the new swap winder. Each of the new obstacles at the end of the stage has taken out a very good competitor, and Joey Davis, just 1 obstacle short of 4 finals in a row, but it was an incredible performance. It's another first place for him, but unfortunately, Joey, even with this great cliffhanger run, just fantastic control on all those jumps, and then the scrambled eggs. This obstacle's so difficult, but he's able to just keep his momentum going forward and somehow land all these jumps in succession. So impressive to make it. He then got onto the rest bar, but then just went right onto the swap winder, because why not? But then here on the second transfer, the support wall is a little bit wider, gets wider as you go, and unfortunately he just couldn't get far enough around at the start of that obstacle, and then it just cut off all of his forward momentum, and he just came up painfully short. And it's a great tournament for Joey Davis, but a 4th trip to the final will not happen here today.
F. That's fine, dude. I don't know how I got that far.
That's a really good run, Joseph.
I haven't. I don't know.
You have to be happy with your performance.
I am. I just want to beat the cliffhanger. Got to last ops. I mean,
that's... to say 4 would be insane, but there's
one
a
obstacle
reason
from
no one's
it.
done that. There's a reason no one's done that, right, on any course. I don't think, because it's even if you're good enough to do it, the consistency required is just insane.
I still don't know how I beat the eggs. I'm honestly surprised I did that.
Well, what a run from Joey Davis. And as we just saw, though, the new end of the 3rd stage is going to be very difficult, but that should not take away from an incredible tournament with unprecedented success. 17 Stage 1 clears and 6 Stage 2 clears is truly impressive. And now the question is, who's going to figure out the swap winder, get a crack at the final stage, and maybe achieve total victory in Tournament 22? We will find out here soon enough. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time on Irish Warrior.